Yeah.
I'm good to go. We'll
Okay.
find out when next.
I have pressed the button. We are live, and it's on my end.
We are live.
Be live mind as well.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to our 30 followers.
Yeah.
And we might actually get some viewers.
We did a bit of advertising for during the week.
I mean, I also tried to see if I can get my nephews to watch as well.
Nice.
If
Let's see
Sheepbeard doesn't
how
show
that
up, we'll be very disappointed in him. Just to let you.
Oh, I have a feeling.
There
they'll
we
show
are.
up.
I mentioned their name, and they immediately typed in chat.
Is that on your one?
Yeah, on my one.
Ah, fair. What a
Oh, yeah.
greater Sheepbeard. What was I doing? That's That's very fair.
What are we doing? Where are we? Who are we?
Right. I guess the reintroductions are in order for anyone showing up for the first time. Welcome to partway into the campaign on episode 110.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
did
time to start.
I did a calculation. If people watched from these, so I said at the start of the week, how do they have a chance to actually watch all the episodes until this episode in time? They didn't. It is just short on 2 weeks straight with no breaks and no sleep of time.
Wow. God damn.
Sorry, Nixie. You're gonna have to do a lot of if you're here.
There's a lot of catch up. It's fine.
No, it's fine. This is actually the recap session. I'll have
This
you know.
is a lot of recap.
Maybe, who knows?
We're gonna try and remember what the fuck we did last time.
Yeah, I mean we've not played for a month, so
Yeah.
Also, I probably won't be talking much because I've got COVID again.
Again.
Oh,
Wow.
That's
Oh, congratulations.
It's not as bad as last time, so
Yeah. That proves you've got it.
Let's move over to. You know what? I'm gonna leave on the loading screen, and we can go a little flashback. You know, your lives are gonna flash before your eyes as these missiles are shooting towards the ship. This is the most advanced technology you've seen so far, and
That's terrifying.
it's a convenient excuse.
And damn, I haven't prepared any spells to actually interact with them.
Technology.
But don't worry. They have a convenient amount of time before they get here. So let's go around and we'll do a quick voice checks, reminders of who people are, and then we'll go on a descriptive path as each character looks on at these missiles and remembers something about their travels. It's up to you which part of it. You know what? Just go with whatever you actually remember. Honestly, let's see which parts stood out the most to you.
Oh,
I can
God.
include this in the next not intervention.
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 You can include it in
Session.
the next intervention. We probably need it.
The next intermission when I do any adjustments to try and align the game more to the party's interest and to my own interest. I just take stock of what we've done and how I want to adjust for future storylines. So, Wolfie, who are you? What are you play? Who are you playing? And say hi.
Howdy! I am Wolfie Bane. I am playing Alvina Alenor, the mostly wood elf barbarian. Yeah, we'll go mostly wood elf. She's technically fully wood elf, but she looks weird. You never guess looking at her. Well, I remember I have to eat something stronger than a god, and it's kids.
Well, you do. But we'll do proper flashbacks in the missile scene.
Yay. Fire. Fire is fun.
And fire.
And I have dragons. Yay.
Bob, go ahead and introduce us to Zormir, and I guess also simultaneously the other collection as well. Since you have two characters.
The amalgam.
Yeah.
The amalgam. And I want you to introduce every single one of them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Every
don't have to
single one of them.
So that's today's session.
You don't have.
This is
Don't
Namor
worry.
all over again.
No,
don't-
it's okay. You only have to introduce the ones that have appeared on screen.
It's fine.
Okay.
One's been lobotomized.
Yep.
What did I
I-
miss?
Oh, it's for this session, basically the little bottom line.
It happened in the 4 weeks of miscellaneous.
I'm Bob. I play Dr. Zormir Oscar, who is an artificer who loves his artificery stuff and is the one who built the ship and
Allegedly
is
a
currently being
therapist.
and is currently being shot at. Also built Randy, but has also been infected by the spores left by a former player in our group of Assassin with the who has now been affected by. He's part druid. He's also got a sailor in him. He's got a cook.
Had a cook.
Had a cook.
That's the one that Alvina finally found it.
A chemist
It was a
who
wild weekend.
Yep.
chemist has not only been sort of there. He's but the main ones that they've interacted about is the wild chaotic personality of the the druid and the robot, along with the navigator / helmsman
The
of
captain.
the captain. And much to Alvina's dismay, the chef.
Who someone is eaten because they were sauteed at one point. Because I found the mushroom that was the chef's personality and removed it forcibly.
Now you have a chef personality in you.
I didn't eat it.
Who'd you feed it to?
I don't know.
All right, is that all of them?
I believe that's all of them.
So far.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
the farmer, isn't there, as well?
There's
I swear there was a farmer.
Who knows at this
herbalism.
point?
Pinky's also got. He'll have a smith up here at some point. Who'll.
I remember one was like crazy minor voice guy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember which
That
one.
That was the alchemist. Was
Was that the
sort of
alchemist?
more hippie, laid back kind of dude.
Oh no, not that one. It was the like I found Goldie Hooey. The
Oh,
one.
you wanted me to have a prospector.
That was it. The meteors. That
Oh
was
my
it.
god. The fact that this is a debate means there's too many. There's too damn many.
Yeah.
All right. Ben, introduce us to the one, the legend,
The god.
the chaos incarnate. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah, I'm Ben. Play fuck you. Goblin Bard extraordinaire.
Yeah. Not a rogue.
As far as everyone knows, is immortal and definitely not a rogue. Even though he acts very much like a rogue.
You sure they're not a rogue? I don't know. I still don't believe that part.
I mean, have you ever seen him with an instrument?
Yes.
No.
Is mayonnaise an
Rarely,
instrument?
but yes.
In the battle.
Rarely has an instrument. Well, I say rarely has an instrument. He's got his loot on his back.
Yeah, the magic loot we found really early on.
Yeah. For remembering what the fuck happened, no idea.
No idea. That's it. There's missiles. That's all you need to know. That's all. That's all anybody needs.
Yeah,
You
I
conned an
don't
engine
remember
to going
why there are
rogue.
missiles.
You conned an engine into going rogue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I don't remember why there are missiles.
Luckily
going
for
towards us,
you,
though.
I have a bunch of episode titles that I'm going to use. I'm just gonna break them down into little arcs, and as we do flashbacks on them,
Woo!
so we can see where we came from, and the DM also remembers what the hell's been going on this last year. Because at this point, we're getting to the point where even I'm starting to forget a little bit.
What the fuck happened? Where are we?
Where were we? Who knows?
Not a bad idea to look at the titles though.
Mhm.
TR, introduce us to Gwen.
Look, TR being Gwent, cowardly centaur medic. Doesn't want to be here, has tried to nick the ship. At least once.
There's child locks on the ship because of it.
That's
think-
mainly
I
because
think
of
they
fuck
were
you as
there
well, though.
before, you know. Let's not going to try
Yeah.
turn it into the sun.
Yeah, the child locks were there because of fuck you. It just so happens that it helps keep Gwent out there as well.
It stopped Gwen.
Yep.
Uh, nice. I'll go ahead and introduce us to Starpoint for Generations.
Hello, I'm the point. I am Al, who plays the point. Our
Sure.
bard
Sure,
/
it's the other way around.
artificer, who is a rock star who may or may not be some sort of reincarnation of this universe's god of music. We're still working that out.
Yeah, you
I
might.
invented my instrument, which I play and also use as a turret.
I was about to say you invented your instrument / heavy artillery battery.
Yeah, I have caused maybe 3 apocalypses so far, and 2 gods hate me.
Yeah.
This is fine. And I do remember what happened last session, but I'm going to keep quiet so we can do it in flashbacks.
Yay!
That's right,
I
that's right.
think it's- Oh, also, I have a robot who may or may not be sentient, but is definitely blessed by the god of love.
Oh yeah, he hates you because you told me I could punch him, and I did.
He hates Alvina. I told Alvina to stop and punch something else.
So I did. I hit him with a
Alvina
chair.
didn't listen.
I know. I did listen. I picked up a chair and hit him with it. If memory serves.
We'll see.
And unfortunately, Neil playing Lugrim cannot be with us for the immediate future, but we look forward to seeing their return in a
Yes.
future episode.
Yep.
Yeah, better
Best of
get
luck, buddy.
well soon, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are fine, as far as we know, for reference, but unable to play for a bit. That's what
Yeah, they were emulating the Jack and Jill nursery rhyme, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it was Bob.
Alright, I'll do the rest.
That wasn't
Oh,
me.
oh my god, I'm only like
I
3
also
pages
blame
in.
Bob.
Bob in the library with a crowbar.
And I'm Chris, I'll be your DM. Alright, so previously you had just arrived at the outskirts of the astral area in which the Wrecking Forge station inhabits. Because it's not like you actually have like warp drive or anything. You just travel. You eventually just reach
We
the
just
area.
kind of get there.
You just kind of get there eventually. You know, we've yet to invent demi-plane travel yet. You're going at light speed. Takes forever. Really, I think Zormir should invent sublight travel by now.
Yeah.
Hurry
God
up,
damn it,
Zormir. Where's our sublight travel?
God damn it,
Hang on.
Zomi.
I'm doing my
believe
best. I haven't got the ancient
That's
artifice
32 to
for-
invent sublight travel.
Yeah, we've
Lazy.
not needed to travel the astral sea before now.
You're going to need a lot of copper arcanite
assistant.
and an ethereal adapter.
Yeah.
I
I know we
decided
get
here
some of
that sublight travel is actually you conceptualize the ship and travel at the speed of thought.
Oh, that will take
don't know
so
that.
much longer.
Nah, it's fine. You just shorten the distance.
No,
If
but so
you
we
can
just
move
have
really
someone
quick-
that's not Alvina's thoughts. Let's just do that.
No, you're just traveling through the ethereal realm at a subconscious layer.
We'll use
Wait!
we'll use a muscle. We'll just convince you your brain is a muscle,
Oh,
and we'll get there
just
faster.
use whatever bit of Alvina stops you taking their food or whatever.
No, I was about to say, we just need to put it in Gwent's thoughts and put something scary behind him. We'll get there immediately. Be faster than sublight travel.
We've gone to plan.
But as you approach the station, and the station appears to be dormant. You don't see any lights on in these very like tiny space windows dotting it. It's a large multi-limbed structure, kind of like almost a crystal star, but made out of just your standard metal. So it's got this just like snowflake branching, like a 3D snowflake,
Yeah.
where it's got its little limbs coming off. So it just looks like that. It's not
Okay.
that particularly well aesthetically designed. It's designed more for functionality than anything else.
Makes sense.
So there's no particular pattern to it.
Cool.
But
Okay.
as you are arriving towards it, and obviously you are being not quite escorted, you are being companioned, you're being traveled with. What would be the word there? Accompanied. That's what I was looking for. Words. You are being accompanied by one of the members of the Wrecking Forge Society.
Yeah.
Your lovely Goliath friend here.
Yeah. Who's awesome.
Kith. Or Kit.
Okay. Yeah. Where the hell
It is
is he,
Kit.
actually?
He's currently in the hold. Well, actually,
I'm
I don't.
on
think he's
the
the
front
screen.
screen. Yeah, I don't think he's on here.
I've not added him. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and grab you.
I made an emote for him, so he's about somewhere.
Yeah.
Emotes token.
Yeah.
what
I remember
would they
sending
count
you
as?
the model for it, so I know we've got one.
Currently counting as an ally because they're only escorting you for this particular mission,
Okay. Yeah.
rather than a regular companion.
Yeah.
Because they won't
Yeah.
be permanent unlike the rest.
Yeah, our companion list is quite big.
Yeah, it is. One of the DM's new missions for this next segment of the campaign is to actually do proper NPC storylines, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
It's fine. At least a few of them are. One of them, at least their storyline is hate the point and love Alvina.
I need more complex.
No,
I mean, at least the Hydra
Which
you can
one?
probably take away as well because
You know
they're
exactly
in...
which one.
no. Tarragon
I'm just saying we can sacrifice
is growing
some
to
of
like
them.
me.
Tarragon.
Tarragon threatened you with murder if Alvina didn't come back that evening.
That's how she shows love.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
That's something.
Alvina gets cuddles.
But yes, as you slowly approach, thinking that you're still being your standard level of cautious. You are experienced and seasoned adventurers after all, and nothing is ever quite as it looks.
Mhm.
But even then, while keeping your eyes out, you were caught unaware as not being picked up by your arcane sensors or any other of your ship's sensors specifically designed to look for psionic energies or large energy blasts or anything to that. Not looking for just standard ballistic missiles in the astral sea. They didn't turn on their engines until they're already halfway. They were deliberately sent out to float until they got halfway towards your ship, and then they activated, beginning to re-aim towards you. And that's when you detected the arcane engine starting up. And you are now aware that there are half a dozen what appear to be high-impact projectiles very quickly accelerating on your ship's position. And as your minds work overtime, they are forced to trace back the entire path of how you got to this point. Because it's a recap session.
Yay.
It's a recap
Yeah.
session.
Chris, looking at the companions, you probably can take a few of them away.
I know. I need to redo this
the
whole section.
Hydras and yeah.
Yeah, I've got it on my list. Unfortunately, I did not have any time over August to do any sort of prep work or anything like that.
Fair enough.
And also I have a bunch of other things I need to finish up. But as soon as I finish all those things up, I need to redo all of this because I've
Yeah.
gotten much more skilled over the last year. I can do way more fancier things than this.
Yeah.
Let's make things a bit fancier.
Yeah.
Fair
Also, I
enough.
think we technically still have the Brothers Grimm. They're on the main base ship, I believe.
They're one of the people. Who
They
are
basically should
working
go in
around there.
allies instead now, rather than companions.
Yeah, they
probably.
should. This will be part of when I actually dedicate like specific NPC stories. Anyone who isn't interested enough to get their own NPC storyline, they're getting booted.
Sorry, Randy.
Oh. Yeah.
To Randy.
Sorry, 2/3 of Randy. 1/3 of him, very interesting.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
love
like,
the captain.
What's up with this angel owlbear never does anything?
I blame the point for that.
I go
Al.
and train
tried.
whenever we have downtime. You just don't give me downtime.
We've tried.
You got-
You had like
You
4
go-
weeks downtime as you traveled here.
And maybe
Yeah,
they did
and
something
you
with
didn't
that.
give us a chance to do anything with it.
Maybe they've done something with Angel.
It
Yeah.
was only like 2 days worth of encounters. You had the rest in downtime. I
Well,
gave you that, right?
In which case, I was training Angel during that time.
And
Okay, cool.
Alvina. Hilarious.
I'm just
And
saying.
Alvina.
I
At the
want
same
to
time.
see this owlbear mawing some people sometime soon.
Same. And
Otherwise-
my dragons have done something.
Yeah, the dragons have done way more than Angel has.
Only partially destroyed the ship as well.
Like dragons have got some personality to them now. We have seen them in action to actually get a rough idea of them. Angel, I don't know what Angel's like. You know,
Scared of
I want to get to know
Gwen.
Angel. I want to understand what Angel's storyline is.
Scared
Angel's
of
a big
Gwen.
cuddly bear.
Scared of Gwen.
You're not a
Yeah.
ranger.
Scared of
Not,
him.
not a fan of Angel.
Right, as the world flashes back, this one is specifically for those characters who are not originally from this world, and also not the point who slept through all of this. As you travel all the way back to the first arc of the campaign,
Oh God.
what I've dubbed the New World. All the way
Yeah.
back to that original session in the main sphere as you invaded that astral underground of the diplomatic astral station in order to hunt down Junior.
Junior.
One of the most meme-filled, random bullshit go sessions that the party has
Yeah.
ever done.
Yep.
Yep.
We
And
still
then
haven't recovered the
continuing-
cannon.
Nope. And then continuing onwards
I won.
up to the having arrived in this new world, having found the Nothics and Chimera's meeting, having lost Steve. Poor Steve. Our hearts go out to Steve.
We'll get you back
who
eventually,
are
buddy.
well.
Alvina's still convinced you're dead, regardless of all the
so-
evidence to the contrary.
For those 3 sessions, that first little mini arc of introducing the new world, what does each of the players who are actually present there remember most about those 3 sessions? This is up to, but before you reach the Tower of Death.
Alvina got a bunch of pets that hadn't been born yet. Because it was in those sessions that she found the baby dragons.
That is hilariously the session you found them. It's just so immediately got your like wish.
First loot roll on the entire game was find 5 red dragon eggs.
Well, no, it was 6.
6. Oh, you ate one.
Yeah.
Don't ever tell Rosie that, I guess.
Don't tell Alvina that. Don't tell Alvina that.
Oh no, you did tell Alvina that.
No, you never told Alvina.
What I'm hearing is, for character meta reasons, you aren't allowed to tell Alvina, otherwise your character would already be dead, and we'd have to make a new party.
Yep.
And or you would constantly be at each other. Basically, you wouldn't be adventuring together anymore.
Fair enough.
Because this is a collaborative
You said-
storytelling experience.
I think you said that Alvina miscounted or something like that.
That or one broke or something.
It was something like you didn't tell Alvina you ate one. I remember you telling me you ate one, but you did tell Alvina.
Oh, that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's probably. Fuku and Zormir, what do you remember most about those the first couple days in the new world? And the answer could be nothing, by the way. It's a valid answer. I've got like fucking 50 of these arcs to get through.
Scrambling to try and save Steve, and then Steve still sacrificing himself. He tried reviving him.
Yeah.
Steve's
Doing
extreme.
all your hard work to waste.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
a
it was
goddamn
quite-
hero.
He is a goddamn hero.
It was also partially fuck you's fault that we're in this world as well.
Yeah.
Because fuck you, as a giant ape, threw Junior at his machine.
Yeah.
But you were such a convincing subordinate because you were totally
Yeah.
the subordinate before.
He
I
believes
was,
you.
I was totally a normal vampire spawn beforehand.
Not the
and
concussed one.
just- Yeah.
Because I threw one like
And just
500 yards. And
And,
concussed another one.
yeah, just randomly turned into a giant ape and threw Junior at the machine.
It
After
worked.
that, then yeah,
It got wacky.
And
got
then
wacky.
things got wacky.
we went into a Nothic swamp, fought a bunch of Nothics.
I adopted a pair of
who-
hydras against their will.
Yeah,
Sure, that wasn't the Nothics. We'll get to the Swamp Raiders in a bit.
Oh, yeah, it was Swamp Raiders, not nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Hey, like I said, I've got a lot here. Look at all these notes I've got. Don't feel like you ever have to do more than a sentence. This is more if you have a moment where you like wanted to remember something cool or remind the DM of something. You're more than welcome to. And or just brag about something awesome.
can't remember much more apart from that.
We found a bunch of oranges.
Moving on, after having escaped the Nothics, after having lost Steve, you eventually saw the smoke from whence your ship had crashed, and you traveled in that direction. But first you came across a large tower, where as the night was descending and it was getting colder, you decided to see if you could take refuge within the tower walls. And it's there that you met a peculiar double act
Cross and
of
Bone.
Cross and Bones.
Which was really cool.
It was really
And-
cool. It's also where you met Gwent and fought the mechanical beholder,
And Alvina got her foot
Mhm.
stuck to a mimic door.
Dr. Mimic Door, and you fell down into Cross and Bones Tower of Death, where you had to explore, solve puzzles. This is also where you found Sawed Off as
In a
one
fire
of the Guardians, and as well as stole several items and found Junior locked up and were forced to work with him in order to escape. And
Yeah.
also where you found Drax imprisoned and freed
Yeah.
Also,
them.
where we got the living flame box as well.
Yep,
Yes,
which
which has
Sawed
come
Off
up.
is the keeper of. He is fortunately too big for his key now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is his origins. So,
Eh.
what does each of the players remember? Also, I'm pretty sure this is at some point. The point, when did you wake up and rejoin the group?
Way later. We got to the
It was
town.
after the Swamp Raiders.
You got to the
Ah,
town.
okay. Oh, well, you could.
Yeah,
It's when they
it
get
was
back
when
to
we
the
found
ship.
the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fair. That's fair. Then everyone but the point. What do you
Yeah.
remember most about those times?
Being lured in by the smell of ramen.
You were loaded by the smell of rubber, which was intentional because we found you.
I think when we were trying to sleep, I told the thing to piss off.
Yeah.
Basically, it backfired on us.
Yeah, you got abducted, and we
And got
kind of left
abducted.
and went, wait a minute, where's Zombie?
And
It's only after we left the building and had walked off, we went, Hang on! We forgot our outfits!
Barely anyone remembered that. Junior trying to work with me, but also being threatened by me, finding a shit ton of items, stealing the items that were making up traps, which later either became a piece of my equipment and also Gwent's equipment.
I manifested a pair of rubber gloves on a nat 20.
Lighting a death bloom or something like that in the...
Oh yeah, the treasure room.
Get the treasure room.
Yeah, I remember that.
And managing just enough rolls to stay alive to get to get it.
That's where I found Avi's halberd was in there.
And we got a
Also
bunch
some
of random
pottery.
treasure from there.
Yes, you found the broken celestial porcelain that appeared to have once contained a specter, but no longer does. If repaired, you can use it to once more trap a specter in it, but you have not repaired it yet.
Yeah. We repaired most of the other things we found, because we found a lot of stuff in there.
As well as the hero
yes,
armor.
The armor of the heroes attachment, which
Oh,
Gwent has, right?
Yeah, that Gwent uses. That's where you get all the 10 hit points from.
Yeah.
Yep.
But having finally escaped the tower, having stolen and made enemies with Cross and Bones, you can see here in our lovely little enemies bit, we've got Junior, we've got Cross and Bones, wonderful. You then reach the crash site of your ship, only to find that your ship was no longer there. It appeared to have already been taken by entities unknown. Though before you managed to get there, you did encounter some swamp raiders and steal their hydras.
Yep, I drop kicked their riders off them.
You did. And then,
I followed suit.
while the party was busy traveling the rest of the distance, the players went and did some prequel sessions over with invading an Aboleth's tower and finding a greasy little gremlin in there.
Which we never actually finished that either.
We did.
Oh, we did the
We did
sequel and
two
the
episodes.
sequel.
We did 2 episodes of it.
We did 2 episodes, yeah, but we didn't actually finish it.
Oh, I thought we did, because I thought it was getting them out of there was all that was needed.
Yeah, like you just took them prisoner and left and looted the place.
Because that was where Captain
Yeah.
Woolenbeard came up. The cannon-wielding sheep man pirate.
So you did finish it. There just wasn't more to that story. It was you went in there. This is where you actually kidnapped and found and then kidnapped Assassin, and then the presser took them back when you met them. Because it was just then recounting that story to you.
So where I went and made 2 characters. One was Nargun, the other was Nogu, which went and Nogu backfired on you and became a villain for a while.
And it was I played 2 characters in it, and Gwent played 2 characters because they played their own character and then my character for the second, which
They
was
played your chair.
Al Overnew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But after that little, I'm assuming also that is when you encountered the Professor and Assassin, given that they were recanting their stories to you.
No, we found Assassin and the Professor immediately upon entering the town, which was just after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's fair.
I kidnapped
'cause after-
Assassin from the prisoners. So then lock up.
After the Swamp Raiders, because this all just counts as the Rebellion arc, as the Swamp Raiders are included in there because they're not big enough to have their own arc.
Yeah.
You found your ship and you met the Vanguard for Salvage, who included a very prominent leader who has since become one of the party companion regulars,
Abby!
young Miss Abigail.
She's great.
We kidnap.
It was benevolently kidnapped, and Alvina's still gonna get shit for that later, as she always does.
They are. But you earned their trust, and you were brought to salvage one of the outpost towns for the remnants of free humanoid society. You gotta have a look around there. You met a bunch of NPCs. You made friends and ally with Warder Charwood, Abigail's father and leader of Salvage. And as well as some dwarfs who were able to teach you what some of the items you found on your travels were, as you came to know the new power structures of this world, and that not everything came from an arcane source. There was now a much larger inventory of primordial powered and psionic powered creations.
I think that's where Alvina learned about the elements.
Pyromancy, yeah.
Yeah, because there was
They have a shrine.
They also had the turtle guy, I think it was, who has hydromancy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Good
Also
luck.
Yeah, 'cause that's
found
the one they have here.
Yeah.
also found out that our artificery isn't a major part of society as well. There's very few artificers.
Now you did. You also found your ship, but your ship was being held captive until you agreed to help the rebellion with a small problem that they were having, and also the fact that your engines had been stolen before they could get to your ship.
Yeah.
So the Void Arcanite propellers were no longer there. So you did a bit of training in the yard, and then learned of a disturbance of an incoming creature known as the Knight of
The
Amethyst.
Knight. We also found that out by being attacked by a purple worm that he was hunting, which we beat to death.
Yes.
Was it a purple worm? It was some sort of rock worm thing.
Yeah, I think it was just a scrapyard worm.
Yeah.
Because it was like a miniature purple worm. But yes, so that arc included the this is quite a big arc. It was the
Yeah.
Swamp Raiders that led into the rebellion, as well as the Amethyst Knight, because that's all part of the rebellion arc. What do you remember most about those times, up to and before you left Salvage again?
Okay, so not the Amethyst Knight bit, because that's what sticks in my brain.
Oh no, you fought them in the backyard of the rebellions.
So is this arc?
Yeah.
I've permanently traumatized the Amethyst Knight by ripping his helmet off his head, finding out he's an undead illithid, and then shoving his helmet bodily down his throat when I'd accepted my death, and I nicked his sword because he teleported away going, what the fuck?
Yep.
There's still a clip for that. If anyone wants to watch it, there is a clip for that still.
Yeah, this is where Alvina's arsenal of weaponry began.
The gravity sword, which is still my main weapon. I love it.
Weapons.
I got a
Does
lot of
anybody else remember any prominent details from that time?
Oh, and I
Learn how to knit.
did learn how to knit.
Yeah, I think they found someone interesting on their ship, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, don't
Nah.
check out.
Fair. Must not be that interesting.
Someone was. Yeah, there was someone still sleeping there, and they eventually woke up.
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
they
in
could
the room
tell
where
it-
we keep all the wool.
Yeah, swear you had
Oh,
a
it's
coma.
the paladin
What-
creator. Oh,
How did you first react to discovering that you were now in an entirely other world, and also that the party forgot you were on the ship?
Honestly, I thought it was a prank by Fuck You.
I believe it.
Do you
I
still
will-
think it's a prank? I forgive.
I think it's
Oh.
the sort of thing that after waiting for the punchline to hit for a while, I sort of realized, oh.
Was it?
Oh,
Was
I
it?
re-
Was
Then
it?
I was
Literally,
too busy with other things.
was it literally
re-
going to the divine plane and meeting multiple gods that you went? Wait a minute.
I remember something that
Um,
Ben should remember. Your person you messed with the most back in that
Ah.
place.
Oh yeah!
damn.
Big toe or little toe, something
Big
like that.
toe and little toe. It was big toe because big toe was the Hobbit,
Toe.
right? And little toe was
Yeah,
the
yeah, he's
Goliath.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dead. No, I'm not. yeah.
No, they're dead.
Yeah, we did. remember?
Mess.
Might be dead now.
They might be dead. Yeah, actually, I haven't confirmed it yet.
We've met some of them since then.
You messed with that person so badly.
You've incurred eternal enmity between the pair of you.
I'm surprised they're not on this list over here as enemies for you, at least.
I think it's because
That's a personal enemy. This is only for party enemy.
yeah, they don't mind the rest of us.
You're gonna
Yes,
have to
that's
make a
his-
subsection for just for enemies of fuck you.
Nah.
Hope you can do that in the character sheet. That is where you met the Amethyst Knight, another one on our enemies foes list.
Yep.
Anything else before we move on to the next massive arc, the Oni arc?
Yeah.
All right. So it was that point that realizing you have to recover your stolen engines, you went out this time with Abigail in tow, wanting to learn more from these powerful adventurers, the likes of which this world has not seen many of.
She gets on with Alvina. It's great.
And on the road, you set off again, following the Void Arcanite Trail until you eventually met two blue Onis by the name of Akuma and Izami,
That was
who
it.
were using two of your propellers to attempt to create a Void giant golem.
Which
that they
hilarious.
could control in order to fight back against the Oni King.
Which we eventually went, I mean, wait. This is what you do? Oh, we'll help out, why not?
Yeah.
Most of the rest of the party were looking hestant. Then me and you combined our efforts
minutes.
and just went boom, and go the
Yeah,
voice.
literally just... Joe lurking this thing. Cheers, Nix. Yeah, we literally, the party was still umming and ahhing, so Alvina and Zorbe just did it.
It's true. They were both wanting to rescue their younger sister, Izzy. This is also where you acquired the Arc table that now rests within your ship.
Yeah, very useful item.
So you brought the Void Giant that became to be known as the Prime to life, giving them the memories and feelings of Izami for their sister Izzy. The siblings imbued their desire into the Franken Void Giant so that his prime directive would be to rescue their sister.
Which was really cool.
On the way towards
They
the Oni
charged
King's
off.
palace, you went on a small detour into a cathedral that was calling to the point.
Yeah, this
That
is where...
There.
This
I
was
can
the
hear
point...
Conversation
this was the-
started to go bad.
I'm saying, this is the point's first mistake.
No. Anyway, I heard some ethereal music and went towards it.
We met the Skaven.
Yes, we met a bunch of were-rats who worshipped. They were open about worshipping Melody, right?
Yes.
Can't remember.
I think they worship Melody, but didn't know who they were, or something like
It
that.
should also be noticed that during the creation of the Void Giant was the first time you met the Witness, the first of the avatars.
Yes,
That would be me.
it
'cause,
was you. We met, yeah, because when you touched the Arc table for the first time, right? Because it was the one
Yeah.
that we think is technology, essentially, or something like that.
No, so the Witness was when they were doing the summoning ritual for the giant themselves and rolled a nat 20 on an Arcana check.
Gotcha.
She is summoned by a nat 20 on Arcana.
Alright.
So that's why you were the first to meet her, because you managed to excel at the arcane, and she is the pillar of magic.
Yeah. And
But yes, you also met other interesting NPCs that did not last long and were eventually fed to some hydras.
Yoga
Ogre
Biker
Bikers
Gang!
known as Thunder
Yay.
Rollers.
Mhm.
which were the test subjects, I think, for Alvina's Amethyst Dragon Blade, and it ended poorly for them.
Which we also nicked a shitload of their Oni chains that
Yes.
we had for ages.
We had like 500 Oni Choker chains for a while.
So many.
And then
you
they...
met all the Elder Grey Whiskers, you met the Devil's Piper, and eventually just sealed them back in their habitat.
We
And
got them out, had a
Nope.
conversation, and walled them back into where they came from.
With-
I left them a note telling them to come find us if they were willing to chat.
And then we bricked them in a wall.
Yeah.
And you did.
Yeah,
We
we'll
put
go
them in
back and get them later.
we put them in cryostasis and then put them in a coffin.
But you eventually made your way to the mines of Avarice, freed some enslaved humanoids, and eventually reached the Golden Palace, in which
Oh.
you brought down the Oni King.
Can I add in one
we-
thing there?
You're
Oh, yeah, 'cause
missing...
I'm about to open up the table.
Ah,
This is a
okay,
very
fair.
short
Go for it.
summary, people.
Yeah.
So that everyone actually remembers what the hell I'm talking about. But from all of that, because that is the only arc
Arc.
where you defeated the Oni King, and he was teleported away by Prime, the two of them never to be seen again. Quite a relevant detail right
Until
now.
now.
Yeah, until now!
Who knows? You don't know what you're gonna find on that station.
We've been told he's there!
You've been told that they appeared there, but nobody. Who knows if he's still there? But yes, that is the only arc all the way up to the first intermission. What do you remember?
Alvina got a coup de grace on a party member by throwing an atomic bomb into a crowded room.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, they were already dead.
We stole a bunch of fireworks.
They were being beaten to death by the Oni on the turn that I threw the atomic bomb, but my initiative roll was lower. So they were still alive when I threw
they
it.
were unconscious.
No, they were dead.
You
They got
weaponized-
crit down. They actually got down.
You also weaponized a bunch of troll heads in a jar.
Oh yeah, I also sent an invasion of rabid mutant trolls into the mines and kind of let them do their own thing.
Mm-hmm. We We
Is
stole a
also
bunch
when,
of dynamite.
Death the Grim Reaper first appeared, the second of the avatars, the Pillar of Death.
Yeah. Who's pretty cool. They wear a suit.
Pretty
Yeah.
Also, quickly before we continue, Ben, we've lost the
Mhm.
Roll20 video bit
Hang on.
in the stream.
Nope.
I quickly went to have a look and I
Did
saw
you?
that it's missing. I'm like, there's a square for it, but there's no
Don't know
picture.
why. Don't know why it disappeared.
Ah.
Weird.
Roll 20.
It's back now.
I know, BS. But yeah, we also fought a lot of Oni. Like, a lot of Oni. Also, I think we got most of their wardrobe from there, right? Didn't we loot the Oni King's bedroom and...
Yes.
We looted his wardrobe. I have a lot of gold fabric I'm not using yet.
Come on.
Brent got a lovely hat.
Yes.
Oh! I forgot, we met a dryad that Alvina was too dumb to realize was a cultist and adopted a pet plant to go and steal
Where we also
something
got-
out of the Oni King's palace, which we still have.
Mm-hmm.
It's also where we got the golden golems as well.
Yes!
Oh yeah, we do have those.
We took
you,
control of them during the battle because I
We
started etching the runes
is-
to different.
Also where you acquired the golden idol that the Inquisitor was looking for, and promised that if you delivered it to Banshee's Grove, that it would basically boost your reputation with them.
Which we will do eventually.
We just get too many extra other things over.
We got a lot of priorities, alright?
Yeah.
But they're on the
Mhm.
list.
But you did manage to recover your Void Arcanite engines from the Oni King's palace, and also free
Minus-
the Oni from their oppression.
-2 that are now in the Void Giant's eyes.
True, but you acquired enough to get your engines working again.
Yep.
Yes, side quest.
Is there anything else anybody remembers from that
Uh,
time
so-
before we move on?
So in the rat monastery,
Oh, yes.
after Alvina and Fuck You had killed all of the rats,
They started it!
I might have been mind controlled at the time, so you know.
Yeah.
We also beat you
I-
into the ground, didn't we?
I snuck into a back room where I found hidden beneath a statue a strange egg
that we haven't
glowing
eaten.
with celestial power
That we haven't
Mhm.
eaten.
that is currently locked securely in my wardrobe because we still haven't gotten around to going to see the celestial expert about it.
We met the gods, and we
though
know
we
about
kind
it.
of know what it is at this
We
point.
know what it is because we literally asked the gods what it is.
Isn't it also the point that the birth of the Gwentmobile just because of the spell?
It was after the Oni biker gang. Gwent
Oh,
made
yeah,
the
the
Gwentmobile
Gwentmobile.
for the first time. To chase down the giant that literally just teleported away.
Yep.
Nice.
And
Also,
we
wasn't
found
there a weird thing about Izzy being controlled
Yeah.
by?
something.
Yeah, you don't know that one. You
I
never
think it was
investigate further.
specters.
No, we don't know what. Alvina,
Yeah.
Alvina, and I think Fuck You twigged that something was up with her.
But we never worked
And-
out what.
We never worked out what, and Alvina like smashed in the mirror. That was like the point of contact, but we never found out what, and we didn't want to fight because we actually kind of liked the only siblings. We were like, okay, well, we'll just leave. Thank you very much for your time. We're happy to help out, and then we just bug it off. And we also rescued a bunch of people from the town
You did, you
who had been sent
freed all
to
the enslaved.
take us back, I think, or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was where Sid was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had-
you managed to escort them back to salvage. They actually met the group that was coming after you.
You
They
also
were
had
able
a-
to escort them the rest of the way back.
Yeah.
You also had a prospector guy in that one
Did
who
they?
survived. The
But
crazy
that was
pro-
the only arc.
Yeah.
You managed to retrieve your propellers in order to repair your ship, and along the way, encountered several NPCs, different plot points, and managed to free a population of enslaved humanoids.
Yeah. Which are now in town again. Yay.
Which are now in town. Yeah, they're being freed. Most of them have joined the rebellion. Others have decided to go their own and try to just make a quiet life hidden somewhere in the wilderness, hoping to just survive off their wits, or at least try.
Yeah.
At least die free. But that brought you back to Salvage itself, where you were able to recoup. We had a little intermission. I believe there was a band playing at one point.
We did have a rockstar band moment, and we've got a shit ton of fans for everybody apart from Alvina, who has one really dedicated fan.
Yeah.
Some small child.
We are bringing hope to
We are.
some people. Which is foreshadowing something that happened later.
Oh, also, no, that wasn't where Alvina ate a table. That was later.
I don't remember that happening, so fair enough.
That was the second performance, not the first one.
But getting ready to set back off into the land, you decided to make your next contribution to the rebellion by intercepting a ship that was flying towards Ironcore, as it would give the rebellion a massive benefit in that they have very limited astral travel capabilities. So you were assigned the mission of, if you truly want to earn, if you really want to impress the rebellion, then here is this ridiculously high level quest. Go steal one of the fire giant's ships, and with that you'll pretty much earn your way into here. We will trust you. We'll give you whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
And so you set off. But before you reached Ironcore, you went on a little trip across the land, aiming for Deep Well, another one of the Salvos outposts for the rebellion that had access to an underground network that would lead you into Ironcore. And so you did so. You traveled in your ship for the first time across the land, encountered some gnolls, some tri-green ship pilot raiders,
Which we
and eventually made your way to the smoke yard, where you met your next ally,
Warden Cinderbeard,
Warden Cinderbeard on Deep Well.
who I think
And there
Alvina...
you met several people, as well as gathered some ingredients for a grand feast before you set off, encountered some honey elementals, met a honey-drenched wereboy, and eventually managed to get back in time to have the feast and head off and dealt with the creature that lurks in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
A large spider, or a large asteroid spider that was blocking the passage to Ironcore. What do you remember at the time?
We gathered a shitload of eggs from that encounter.
Alvina didn't tell anybody!
Yeah.
I think Alvina might... I can't remember if I got rid of them. Honestly, most of them
stuck them somewhere.
Most of them are still in Assassin. That was it.
I'm making notes for the next Bugnoid session if it happens.
The other two, I think I did use them for something. Like, I can't remember if I traded them or something.
Possibly.
But
I think it was the first time that Gwent summoned his god and then tried to beat him up as soon as he came.
no, that was in Ironcore. I distinctly remember that being in Ironcore while we were like taking a rest while Zomi was kidnapped. In that one, it had the hilarious moment of, they said, well, I mean, we're gonna have a feast before you go when we've done a few things, so would you mind going out and doing some shopping for us and bring back some giant boars? Which caused one of the weirdest plans ever, but it worked!
Oh, the super T-Rex.
They open a door and turn Alvin into a giant flying fire-breathing Tyrannosaurus. Which was enlarged, which caused the pigs to either have a heart attack or run into the hole. Also, we found a raid boss that we avoided.
Yeah.
I don't remember what its name was, but it was like an Earth Colossus or something. We can try.
There was something there we avoided.
I remember Alvina found out its name because she had commune with nature at that point. So we found out what it was. It was like the freaking raise boar, essentially.
Ah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We should go back.
We should. We need to fight it when we're level 20. We'd go back and fight it.
I reckon we can take it as we are, or at least survive if we find we can't.
Where was it? I've got it here. The Borag! I knew I had a note on it!
Yay.
Also, we found stone wolves that eat rocks, apparently. I don't know what that is. I'm going through my own notes. It's like, I am mystified at what I'm reading.
Mm.
Well, so am I.
Yeah.
I've got like an average of 4 bullet points per session written here in my notes. That is not enough detail, Chris.
Chris, you'd have the joy if you just at some point look through Alvina's notes and try and translate them. It's hilarious.
That's fair. But that was Arc 5 as you eventually defeated the giant asteroid spider and continued on. We're going deeper into the hot molten earth. You arrived, finally, at Iron Core.
With our best boy Jones in tow.
Yeah.
With the best boy no longer covered in honey in tow. And what's there to say about Iron Core? You caused
I
so
did
much
nothing.
goddamn chaos. You
Wait.
freed a bunch of people. You made a cult. You invented Iron Man technology. You made a deal with the leader. And you created an entire lore about a coffee trade.
Yes. We also met the bakers, which were hilarious, that adore Alvina because she can eat more pastry than anyone should physically be able to fit in their body.
Damn. I'm just checking how long this arc was.
Yeah.
This was
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
It was a big one.
Yeah,
This
it
was
was a
like
long one.
this was like 6 to
Not-
8 months, I think. This one.
Not as long as the Bastion arc, but it was
Yep.
pretty decent.
To be fair, the
I
Bastion
think
arc
we-
splits down into like 2 or 3. This one was 10 sessions.
Yeah.
I think we also ended up splitting the party into at least 3 groups at one point.
We did. We had the party
Yep.
that had been arrested. We had Zormir who'd been kidnapped, and the party that weren't arrested.
Yeah.
And this
Oh,
is
yeah.
also where Alvina got their pyromancy.
Yeah.
So everything up to and stealing the Firestar and eventually arriving
We
back
met
at
Flame
the
Barbie
Crown
for the first
Mountains,
time.
is Arc 6, which I've nicknamed Fire and Iron. What do
Yeah.
you remember?
We met Flame Barbie for the first time.
That's true. You
And
met
Mr. Popular.
Im the Princess as well as the unpopular Mr. Popular.
Oh, we
Yep.
should have him on this list as well. Just realized.
Yeah. The Mr. Popular's somewhere.
The
Yeah, he's in
This one was here.
Companions.
No, Mr.
On the
Popular's here.
left-hand
He's
side.
on the left.
Hmm.
He's above
He's
Drax.
next to Drax.
Oh yeah, they also need to be moved out of companions because
Yeah,
they're going to be the caretaker now for
Yeah.
the farm.
He needs to be swapped out with Im because Im is a companion now.
So many things to update.
Mm.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot.
Mhm.
In Hiker, we
You
got a lot.
also met the smoke genie Balak.
Yes,
And fuck who
who
stole from.
who stole one of the artifacts that we found? He stole an artifact from there that they found, which we replaced to get basically whatever the fuck we wanted out of them, because we had a different part of the Crown of Imix, because it was the Crown of
Yeah.
Imix stuff.
Yes, and last you know that they have traveled back. They were working for the Monstro Guild, and they have traveled back to Mind's Expanse with it,
Mm-hmm.
presumably where it currently now resides.
Which is another future play. I think, is that the next port of call? I think it might have been. We did organize what we were doing after this, but
Did we?
Did I believe you were going to go to the Lizard continent?
Okay.
Though.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the party's open to changing that wherever you want. I just need to know ahead of time so I can plan things.
Yeah.
So that way you get slightly higher quality material.
I know it's either deal with the Monster Guild or go to Snake Place. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you also pretended to be from the Order of the Inquisitive Breath,
yeah, which
a
Alfie,
Fire Dragon Quality Inspector Corp.
which fooled way more people than it had any right to, considering it was Alvina who couldn't speak Draconic at the time, acting cocky as fuck, walking around, and anyone that wasn't highly ranked went, "Oh shit, it's a dragon."
Mm-hmm.
They could
Interesting.
identify you on site. As well as Zormir made a new friend, Elder Adersag, one of the Primal Smiths.
Who
Yep.
Alvina made really uncomfortable because once it had been agreed upon that Zorbi was going to work with them for a little while, he went, Can you please tell that elf to stop staring at me? It's making me really uncomfortable."
I also got some map information on the
Primal Dream, right?
Primal Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically the Fire Elemental portion of it, as well as the portal to the Primal Dream.
We also
And
got
fuck, he was
about
just stealing everything that wasn't now down.
Yeah, so is
I think
Alvina. We have like about 3 metric tons of the whatever the obsidian iron. That's what it's called, which we just nicked,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch
A
of
whole box of
rubies.
ingots, a whole box of obsidian iron tools. You even got a feather phoenix of revivify. It says here.
Yes, which I don't think we've used yet actually.
No.
I used a lot of the other feathers that we got because I love you. I love those things. I need more of them. The
Yeah,
lightning
quite
feathers.
fun. Yeah.
Those there.
No,
Uh,
fuck you's got one which I always forget to use.
Yeah.
I think we also trick some of the giant into the portal to then sneak back out in the same sentence
You
to
did,
get some of them.
yes.
You did, yeah, I remember that.
Because I was trying to catch up with the rest of the party after.
Yeah, when you've been locked in a
Realizing.
cupboard.
But yes, eventually the ship did arrive, and you made a plan to take it with the help of the very leader who was sworn to them, thanks to the bartering piece that you had.
Yeah.
And this is obviously where you first met. Well,
Him.
first of all, where you struck a deal with Lieutenant General Ferbix, who was previously the leader of Iron Corps before his brother came in and took over that, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
And where you first met Princess M.
Flame Barbie. Or who might
It
be
was also the first time where you encountered Cat, the Catalysm.
Yes!
The
Cataclysm.
pillar of
Destruction and chaos, pretty much,
I think it's just supposed to be the elements,
Okay.
Mhm.
because they're kind of just the nature one. It's the pillar of nature.
Pillar of nature, yeah.
It's just nature is chaotic sometimes.
Who I think
The
went...
pillar of the force of nature that is Alvina and fuck you.
Who I believe went to fuck you. I think fuck you technically met them first.
Yeah.
And they pretty much went to fuck you. Can I leave a message for that homicidal elf because they don't dream?
Basically, yeah.
Can you find me a way to talk to them, please?
Yes,
We
'cause
figured it out.
nothing quite says force of nature like Alvina.
Yeah!
Mm.
As we'll find out once we're on that ship.
Hopefully.
And where you also encountered and defeated the Royal Knight Captain Smoldrus and acquired
what I
a new
meant.
weapon.
I know they're not part of the arsenal for Alvina. Totally not
The
Sulfurous
weapon.
Hand of Ragnaros.
The
Definitely
weapons
not.
continue.
I've never even played WoW. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't spend my teen years playing it.
Same. I wasn't a mythic
was
raid
there
tech, no.
anything else regarding Iron Core or the Iron and Fire and Iron Arc that you wish to remember?
The Pyromancy was fun. Oh yeah, I met Imix for the first time as well, actually, in then.
Yes, because you went down and touched the Primal Fire,
ate
which
it.
had the possibility of disintegrating you and forcing you to make a new character.
So I just powered through, because Alvina's kind of a
Powered through.
badass.
I was going to try it, but then was talked out of it.
By
Yes, you would
everyone.
certainly
Good.
die. Your personality is, or your Zormir's personality is misaligned with the element of fire.
But now he's got his own personal arc of trying to control all of the
Things from
elements
Arcane,
of
right?
Arcane.
Yeah.
Because he now knows of the fact that there's arcane magic that through, I believe, encounter with the witness again, saying that or something.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe the witness.
Also-
that-
It was the witness. Also, through that, we also started the hatching process of all the baby dragons.
yeah.
Yes. You needed a Primal Fire
Yep.
to hatch.
Yeah.
And actually, was that from there?
That was from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. So I was thinking, did we get the Brothers Grimm from there?
We
They
did.
were Fire
Yeah.
Ganassi.
They
Yes.
were the slave revolt that Lou started,
Yeah,
and
they're the cult I mentioned.
Okay.
Lou shot
Yeah,
one of
didn't-
them in the
didn't we
middle of their
capture
speech.
them? Oh, didn't we capture them from the Firestar originally?
No,
Like
They
when
were
they
in.
originally-
They were Iron
They
Core.
were working in Iron Core,
Ah.
and were part of just the slave population there that some of you snuck into as part of your split off.
yeah, I think it
Where
was.
Lou managed to talk to them and kind of like convince them that sure, rebelling any other time hasn't worked, but have you tried doing it with us?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they made their point by shooting the main offender who has contradicted them with an Eldritch Blast, which really wowed the crowd. In the middle of
then
those streets, they just
That's
shot
how
a
Lou Grimm became a warlock patron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which they still get
It-
warlock powers from him, I'm assuming, right? Despite him not being a warlock anymore.
Oh, he didn't need to be a warlock to be a warlock patron.
That's what I was meaning, right? Because he's...
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got his natural powers inside him.
Yeah.
Power
He's a
inside
sorcerer.
him.
So, there is at
But,
least a UA one for it.
Having stolen the Firestar and managed to, thankfully, with your deal, did not have anybody actually come after you,
Yeah.
managed to get to the Crown Mountain and hand off and hide the Firestar 45. You also met the captain of the Firestar 45, who's called Captain of the Firestar 45.
I'm sure we gave him a name. I can't remember what it was, though.
Did Blue not name them eventually?
The
I think so.
flumps or
The Flump.
Yeah.
The Fire Flump.
I think they were just called Captain 45 or something like that.
I remember they gave him a nickname, but I can't remember what it was.
fuck you was calling him Ford.
That was it!
Uh,
I knew there was a name we'd given him. I just could not remember what it was.
Captain nickname.
Just because he misheard someone call him 45.
45, yeah.
As 45.
45, it's Ford.
So he thinks his name is Ford D5.
45, he's a One Piece character.
Yeah,
Ah,
he's one of the
shit.
D's.
Randy is also the name that fuck you gave to.
Yeah.
Fuck you gives people a lot of names.
Yeah.
I think the only ones
Because-
that Fuck You hasn't named are My Baby Dragons and Angel, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
named
Em-
Angel.
Yeah.
Oh, and Emmy.
Pointbot was named Pointbot because Pointbot.
I'm pretty sure you named Blob as well, right?
Possibly.
No, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I named Blob.
No, I don't think Blob was. Or fuck you was. Or I was there when you found Blob.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, otherwise Blob would have a much weirder name.
Because
Blob.
fuck you also called Sod Off.
Hmm.
Spelled weirdly.
Apologies.
But yes, that brought us to the intermission number 2 as you arrived back in Bastion. Or not even back, you arrived in Bastion. That was it. If you stole a ship, you'd get access to Bastion.
Mhm.
Yes.
Wasn't just to impress Rebellion, but technically it was because
That's why I said decided to make a contribution. We were told if you want to go to this city, steal that ship.
steal that ship.
Yeah.
And this is where you finally arrived at Bastion. But also you received the new optional quest. You don't have to technically do. You don't have to technically do anything. This is a sandbox campaign. Do whatever the fuck you want. To retrieve the missing crown of Imix, last seen heading to Mind Expanse, the Monstro Guild city-state. But while in Bastion and getting to know it, you kind of went about and just explored it for a little bit. The point got into a stew-off with some very old ladies who definitely weren't hags in disguise.
Not in any way.
You received, you learned that it cost 50 Rebellion emblems if you wanted to get a portal pass to set up a permanent teleportation circle. You met the very wonderful and efficient gnome clerk, Norman Kent,
Norman!
Norman!
Norman, who is
who you
Trump.
definitely
Wait.
did not terrorize and traumatize.
through
Wait, did
time.
you say his surname was Kent?
It was Kent.
Norman Kent.
Yes.
Oh god, it's Clark Kent. Okay.
He's secretly gonna come back and beat us all to hell.
Possibly.
He's the true BBEG.
Possibly.
Norman Kent, that would be quite
Oh,
funny.
so if the point died during the Bastion arc, I was definitely considering asking to be Norman.
You coming along with us?
Oh, that'd be good. Kidnap.
No, the only one who came close to dying in the once we were back there was me.
You did die. What did we come
Yeah.
close to
So many
that? You did
times.
die. We resurrected you. Twice, I think.
That's true, it's true. As well as
So much happened.
met like various people. Fabio running his
Fabio.
herbology or his
Greenhouse.
restaurant effectively.
Which is
That's
great.
kind of what it, or I guess cafe technically. It's not a full restaurant. You just serve salad.
Come on, TR, tell us about Fabio.
I think you find he runs Gwyn's heart.
Rude.
as well as the lovely goblin owner of the Junk Emporium.
Fuck you's
Zormir's
wife.
love.
And fuck you's wife.
I traded a pistol to them to get a piece of the statue that resulted in another mishap that we had to deal with. 'Cause
Hey,
they wanted the statue.
We dealt with it. I hit the person asking who was bothering the shop owner with a door that I summoned out of. that I got handed by Randy.
Yes.
So yeah, did you literally? Oh no, it was off Randy's.
Randy gave me a 6-foot iron door that I proceeded to hit the guy with because he wasn't paying attention to us.
That's true, and that's when you stumbled upon the Brotherhood of the Empress, a underground
Poaching?
criminal organization that poaches and imprisons exotic creatures. Not even just those of insentient,
Non-sentient.
non-sentient, but also creatures of all forms of intelligence used for sport by some of the more slimy of the well-off in the Bastion.
And I believe one of the leaders that we met's daughter is also a fan of Alvina, hilariously, because that was a thing that you made when we went into the arena.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we taught them a lesson. 'cause,
We taught
like,
them. We slaughtered them.
they had to run. The ones that survived ran like nobody's business.
We made a deal with one of them, going, I will pretend this never happened, and give you a bunch of stuff and all the info you ask for, if you let me leave and not kill me.
No, interesting. But before
Yeah,
all
he's
that, I thought that happened during the intermission, but no, it didn't, because that actually has several episodes over here.
The mirror stuff
Interesting.
happened then as well.
Yeah, apparently mirror, because I was about to go on to the Einsmerst stuff.
Yeah, that was the first part we did.
But before
Is
that, you managed to, or more importantly, Zormir somehow managed to get into a lot of trouble when the Einsmerst came to hunt in Bastion.
And killed Zormir.
With Zormir.
Oh no! It also caused Fuck You to go missing for like a week because they walked into a padded cell full of mirrors
Yeah.
and were trapped in an alternate dimension.
Yes, because that's how those mirrors do, and why you don't just go randomly exploring. But while in there, though, it was when you met who
Morph.
eventually would come to know as Morph,
Morph!
Yay.
Yeah.
who appears to be the Pillar of Reality.
It was awesome.
Yep.
I always imagine Morph as Mr. Game & Watch. Essentially, like,
It's
fuse
what,
him.
sorry?
Mr. Game & Watch from, like, the old games and Smash Brothers, the stick man from Smash Bros. Most people know him as. Fused with the little Morph from Treasure Planet. Can I fuse of those two? That's what I imagine it.
I mean, I imagine it as more from Treasure Planet and mixed with the homunculus from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Hmm.
So, like, the blobbiness of Morph, but also the mistiness and incorporealness of like the homunculus.
Is it in my mind there? Do you know that episode of SpongeBob with the pencil?
No, Hyman!
Doodle
It's
Bob.
That guy.
that Doodle Bob, but
Doodle Bob.
humanoid and not evil.
And not evil.
You don't know that.
we like Morph.
Doodle Bob, but
Well, I'm
not
sorry, good and evil
visi-
isn't decided by whether or not you like them or not.
No, I was about to
Not-
say,
not
Chris, they're not
visibly
evil
evil.
to us.
Yes.
so
Like, Fuck
not
You isn't
visibly
evil to
angry and
us
trying to
despite
kill
being
us.
actively chaotic evil.
Fair.
That's Alvina's perception of
They're
it. We've
not
already
drawing
established
angry
this.
eyes.
We've already
Yes.
established this, right?
Oh, he's actually the pillar of the mind, not reality. Slight difference.
Oh, okay. We haven't met the Pillar
Um,
yet, I don't think, then.
It's because reality is technically is like combined with nature, so it's technically cat.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say to some of these things we need to do something really mindy or really deathy. So do something really real to summon the pillar of reality.
real.
Real.
But yes, Fuku went a little insane, staring at themselves in the mirror constantly, and it summoned the pillar of the mind.
Yeah.
which I think quite funny. You also met new friends like Wheatflower, the friendly herbalist, Furbog, who just wants to give you tea and talk your ear off.
Yep.
Do you think
You also
Alvina?
gained a religious idol of Ivika that contained a very small Fool's Arcanite cap with a hidden bead of Platinum Arcanite inside. Not enough to use in crafting, but enough to symbolize its connection to the arcane. You also discovered that the Ainsmerce was hunting for the angelic egg.
Yes.
And even managed to find the angelic egg after going through several fake safes and like a dozen different traps and stuff.
Did I ever find it? I think
We
we
found
sort of
it.
realized it was looking for the egg, and then I illusioned an egg and went, "Oh, you're looking for this."
No, that's what you did, and then you got kidnapped into the mirror dimension.
Yeah, you
because
weren't
of that,
actually there.
we looted your bedroom and broke all of your safes open to find the actual one.
Except for the actual one, I think.
No, Alvina broke open the actual one because she nat 20 the perception and found it. Yes, it's why it's Alvina and Fuck you were debating whether to eat it,
Whether
and
to eat it
Alvina
or
made the
not.
point of no, we have to wait for the point to be here before we make it into an omelet because it's their egg.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. They did technically find it if it was in your room, because they were going to use it to barter for you back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so I thought
definitely
from
found it.
rewatching that episode ages ago that you found the safe, went, "Oh, it's in this safe," but couldn't get into the safe.
I know Alvina got into the
No,
safe.
that's how they know it's an egg in there.
Yeah, fair.
So they did break it open.
I need to get a better safe for it then.
Alvina literally
No, you
tore
did.
it open. If ever.
So I would have done it much earlier had I worked it out. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair.
Well, sure, you can easily retcon that and have a better safe now already.
Exactly.
There's a better
But yes,
safe
that
in
was that was the Hunt of the Ainsmerce. In between the Hunt of the Ainsmerce, you took a small break and a detour to
We
go
also-
into the trails of dreaming disaster.
But we also met Lucas in the Ainsmerce one.
Oh, that's true as well. But we'll
He's
get to
important
that in a little bit.
enough.
Trails of Dreaming Disaster, where Lou was being hunted by ethereal agents
The Ninja Turtles.
for abandoning his, for breaking his pact with the president of the Ethereal Republic. Because apparently pacts transcend realities.
Mm.
Make a pact with an old god in one reality, it'll follow you all the way to a new world with a new version of them.
Yep. At least with old gods.
But yes, you also learned about light bells, Norman Kent. What else we got here?
Randy came in the Ainsmerce bit.
Randy. This is when you also met Lucas,
Yeah.
while exploring the dreamscape. Not the dreamscape, the mirrorverse.
Exploring, I was kidnapped by the Ainsmerst. Lucas shot us down. And we sort of shut up, went, can you shot me down, went, can you send me back? I went, yeah, but this one's coming with you. That was pretty much it for Lucas, I think. A lot of Dark Rebellion versus Light Rebellion.
Yes, where you
Dark
also met
Phoenix,
the
Dark
Light
Phoenix.
Rebellion, who believes they're the only faction of the rebellion, and is being led by Lightside.
Yep.
But let's see. Would that count as its own arc? Let's see.
There
You
was
know, I'm gonna
quite...
put this all into one arc because it's like 3 different little mini things.
In that one,
I'm gonna call it Tales from Bastion.
we found out in that one that I think that was the arc that we found out that the Amethyst Knight has a prisoner, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the arc.
It was in one of the dream sequences that we realized that.
Yeah.
I think it was a later dream sequence.
Was it a
but-
later one? I couldn't
Yeah.
remember which one it was.
But yeah, in one of the dream sequences.
Where I broke everybody's brains and
It wasn't.
made them give up on reality itself.
It wasn't the Armir got split into many different versions of himself, and yeah, wasn't that one where we're fighting the ninjas where I got broken into 3 different Zarmirs? One that was in Blue's version of Present Control. In the
No,
past,
not yet.
No,
Yeah.
that was definitely a different one, because that's the one that Point literally missed a week, showed up,
Yeah.
opened the door, and got hit by a dragon breath from Alvina's dream.
Yep.
and
That-
downed
that
immediately.
happened.
Yes. So yes, those are the Tales of Bastion. You hunted the Ainsmerce, or were hunted by the Ainsmerce. We've already covered cult and secret societies, where you discovered Angel, as well as you obviously had discovered Lucas, who came back with the point.
Lucas is an
and
experience.
where you actually met Camerth, who you decided to recruit because they were a trapper and animal handling expert, and you terrified the fuck out of them.
This I don't remember actually.
No, I don't
so-
remember that.
That one.
You ter.
I believe
It
it.
was one. It was the one person you didn't knock out of the secret society when you were freeing everyone, and you told him to open the cages.
Oh,
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Oh.
Yeah, I do remember him now.
There's
He was the
And
one.
He was like, "What? Well, I have a family to feed. What am I doing now?"
I think they're working for us on the farm, aren't they now?
Yeah.
Yep, which
They're
is what I just
helping.
said. You recruited them to help
Yeah,
with the
he was
farm.
he was one of the underlings, opposed to the leader
Yeah.
we let get away.
We let one. Well, actually, no. One leader actively got away. One leader we let get away, and one is dead.
But that's where you saved the spirit warrior Zexo, who is a spirit naga from the northern kingdom of the Great Chukan, in the realm of Izel,
Who was great.
which
And-
described as
and-
beautiful jungles of mountains.
Yeah.
And much more importantly, saved the incredibly plot-relevant Angel the Owlbear.
Yeah.
Yep,
And a
Not
bunch of
eventually.
random animals that Alvina also just has as pets, but a lot of them are like inane
Bug.
little ones. Oh, also,
Bug people.
Alvina's got a has to save the unicorn. I remember that now.
Bug people that Lou sent to go back to a mix. I believe.
No,
Were
Yeah,
they
yeah,
not
possibly.
part of that? They were part of that
Hmm.
as well, were they not?
I don't think he sent any bug people to Imix.
There were some fairies that were just kind of living on the ship.
The
for a bit.
fairies, that was the ones we
Yeah.
sent. We helped the fairies.
There's a bunch of people.
One of the fairies that turned undead for a little bit, and then you got annoyed at me for that one.
Yes. Because we couldn't fucking resurrect it because of that. We had to use a more powerful resurrection to change it because you turned them into an undead.
That's fair. This is also where, what was the arc of rebelling?
Was it?
That wasn't
No.
the time travel. It was before that.
Yeah, what does this one involve?
Oh, it was
Was it
the.
just Battle of the Bands?
I about to say yeah.
Maybe.
This would have been the tournament arcs and things because we did a lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'd arrived.
'cause
We've
that's-
dealt with the nonsense we caused from arriving.
Because that's one for all. That's there's like 7 fucking parter right here for that one.
Yeah.
There's one before that.
Do you have the title?
Yeah, the Art of Rebelling.
The art of rebellion.
Yeah.
That's
Fair.
the title. Yeah, episode 57. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read off some notes here and see if any of them make sense.
Twig anything.
Quantum crystal, a special material from the mirror realm. Gunpowder keg. Ooh, Zormir hybrid arcanite. I think this is when you first started studying hybrid arcanite fully.
Mhm.
Where the point got the blessing of Kiris. Advantage on con saves against food.
Oh, it was it was downtime where I
Yeah.
played a very good stew.
This was the middle downtime section, so we did like the actual meeting with Darkseid, I think, during this one.
Yeah,
And
I think this is.
all the little
Yeah,
like
this is-
interim stuff. Well, Alvina slept in a tree.
And the stew arc came to its end where I
Yeah.
made a stew so good it
You cursed
appealed
you.
to the god of cooking who had been eaten by the mad jester and cursed me.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes, and where you also met with people to discuss various things. Yeah, I think this was just literally you're right off. This is where you just went around, got to know people, did a bunch of little mini things, met the members. Yeah, because here's the administrator, the dark side, old man, Gramps, Dr. Vergus, and Ubi.
Ubi.
Where unfortunately
Ubi!
Selena couldn't be with us. And presumably this is also then includes you meeting Selena and dealing with the worms that were
Yep.
invading the forest.
Yeah.
I think.
Which we
Zormir-
sent to Banshee's Grove.
You sent to Banshee's Grove. This is also where you learned the rest of the immediate scrap lands. You already had Salvos, the realm of destruction, and home to humans and
And-
desert races.
and-
Izel.
It was also when Alvina got level 2 Pyromancy, and I think Fuck You got level 1 in that one.
I also
There you
think Zormir
Uh,
scanned and found out about the rebellion storehouse of Arcanite as well.
Yes, you
'cause
did.
he used the tablet and it pinged that.
Yep, this is also where you learn about Olin and Kyra, the realms of Desert and Crystal.
Yep.
Taxios, the realm of Hydronics. And we've already covered Izel and Salvos, as well as just learning about the Breaker Zone pirates, known as the Jammy Dodgers.
Yeah, the Jammy
I don't
Dodge.
remember them, but
I remember them.
I'm now very excited to meet them.
Well, if you roll in the random encounters, you will eventually meet them.
We will.
Right, more random flying around till we meet them.
Yep.
Which gets us into Pests of the Garden, where you met Mr. Worm.
Mr. Worm.
Mr. Worm, who
I-
was attempting to do
They
initiation
call me
through his
Mr.
work
Worm.
to join the Monstro Guild.
So we sent him to go and fuck with Fancy's Grove because Lou talked him around to talking to us, and Alvina talked him around to go and bother them instead of us, which worked somehow.
And we stole a lot of their Arcanite control rods.
We
Yeah,
did.
we're still trying to work out
How to
entirely
work. Why? What to do with them?
Oh, I'm still just harvesting it for parts.
I think it's so we can ultimately take over control of the worms ourselves and turn them to an army for us,
Possibly.
It was.
rather than the Monstro Guild have them.
Hang on, I'm checking my inventory to see what's actually in them.
I
'Cause
know
it
there's-
was white and something else,
I think
and
it's
I
white.
needed the white for Alvina's Pokeballs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quite possibly. As well as Bundles of Fury, where you learned for the first time that your dragons were hatching.
Yeah. And Alvina sprinted back, I think.
Literally.
It's like 2 hours, and she just ran it in about half.
People had to take the train to keep up with you.
White and vermilion is what's in the control rods. There you go.
And she tamed all her little babu dragons, and they're all very cute. And they also tried to
Amazing.
eat fuck you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but who doesn't?
Yeah.
We got you a flameproof cloak for it. Because of that.
Well, it was made out of the flameproof blankets that we stole from Ironcore, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're very cute. And have caused a lot of benefits and a lot of headaches, and I love them.
The headaches are mostly for Zormir.
All the happiness comes from Alvina.
But this brought us on to Act or Arc. I've just started calling them acts, apparently. You know what? I like calling them acts.
It's Diablo. It's Diablo style. It's good.
This is what got you onto Act 8, Games of Destiny.
Woo!
Having
Yay!
spent some time getting to know Bastion, falling in love with Bastion, presumably because you fucking spent a year there,
Yeah.
and you
You just
eventually
couldn't
decided-
leave.
You just couldn't leave.
We had so much
There's
to
just
do.
many things to. This is where you signed up for the Gauntlet Rise in order to face the champion, the Swift Whiskers.
We did so much random shit for that. We did the
Yep.
Phoenix fight. We then the next day did the entire obstacle course.
I wasn't going to take part of the Phoenix fight and then just
Half
jump
the party
into it.
wasn't, and then half the party just jumped in.
And then we were watching and just went, "Oh no!"
Whilst being inside the damn Phoenix, trying to deactivate it from the
Oh,
inside.
I had my snacksident.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
Where I just bought everything on the menu.
We had like a food coma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. This is also where you met Kit, the Cloud Goliath, while you were exploring the city, the Cloud Giant Historian. And you discovered his Flesh of the Silver King, his Lure of the Astral Doom, his firewood that saved his life, the Obsidian Iron Spikes that he stole from the Uber Pyres,
To deal with giant vampires, which is a really
Deal
cool
with giant
idea.
vampires, and Scraps of Bread.
Yeah. And Alvina talked him into coming with us on this current adventure, which we will get to in the
Yes,
future.
after they told you about the Oni King who suddenly appeared on Wrecking Forge Astral Station, and effectively gave you, if you did want to join the Society of basically Power Hunters and Historians, that you would need to clear out their old Astral Station so they could retake it in order to become a member of the Wrecking Forge.
Yeah. And they said they'll give me a better Battle Giant strength on
Yes, sir.
entry, which is fun.
As well as also you had special inquiries from Miss Merborn, and met in a miniature meeting room with William Alpha Feather and William Zach Feather, representatives of Feather Inc., the Golem Incorporation.
Oh, yeah.
That
And I
eventually would
enrolled
come
for
to-
university, for the Open University.
You also
would
set off
eventually
an
come
atomic
to
bomb.
help create Loose Body.
You also
and
set off
they-
an atomic bomb in a locker.
It wasn't atomic.
It was pretty
It was a
close
bomb,
to it.
but
Yes, while doing all that preparing for the games, you then went on to the games.
Woo!
And the
Yay.
games, they were fun, but they lasted like
a while
5 sessions.
each. I think.
Mhm.
Can we do
No,
all?
it was, to be fair, it was mostly the Gauntlet high-rise one that took many sessions.
That was awesome. Which
It was good, but I did not expect to spend so much long on that particular arc.
We were
and it helped
invested.
contribute to spending just a month extra in Bastion.
we were invested on that one,
Yeah, Bastion.
and we came in first, second, and fourth, I believe, right?
You did, and this is when you summoned your next avatar, Destiny.
Destiny, another one for Alvina, which is
The
hilarious.
pillar
Yeah.
of Destiny,
That's-
hilariously.
Only because Gwent won and went, no, I don't want this.
Yes, Gwent
I also
deliberately
helped
did
you get
not
up
take
there.
third place.
I also helped you get up there.
True.
Because I dealt with the ninja, remember? The ninja with the poison of become ethereal and fall back to the bottom. Unfortunately, we were in a high gravity zone, and he decided to go invisible in front of Alvina with a gravity sword, who crumpled him to a small pile of paper.
A surprisingly good team.
It was a very good team.
But
But
this
the
is also
point-
where you met Annabelle, the receptionist for the Rebellion headquarters, when you went to collect your winnings.
oh,
Who Alvina proved has... Alvina has Riz, apparently, and Zome really doesn't.
yeah. I think
No,
that's
'cause-
Zorm's
He's not.
something.
Negative
He's not
Riz.
trying to flirt with anyone or anything like that. He just talks to people like normal people.
It's-
He doesn't
it's-
realize it.
It sounds like the worst flirting ever. And...
Yeah. I mean, you did go, I
Learn
insulted
something.
her, I should get her flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did happen.
And which
Yeah.
Alvina went, I'm
It was
really
more-
sorry for him, and gave her a jewel and flowers, if memory serves right.
Yeah.
I think that's where Alvina got the title harem protagonist, wasn't it? Was that episode?
I think so, yeah.
This is also where you investigated the Elysium Bastion door to one of the Elysium bunkers or vaults, effectively.
Vaults.
And learned that the riddle, or maybe not the riddle, but the warning of here dwells the fruit of our mind. Beware those not of our kin, for danger lurks within the steel. Bend your will or face rejection.
We bent our will later.
Yeah.
And
also-
you also, and I'm pretty sure most of this was done with most of you being split party, because some of you then went and took some NPCs such as Nishra Gulzar, a devoted paladin dwarf mother, Tarragon,
Yeah.
the conquest 12-year-old, and Trevin, the glory paladin old human man.
Because when Alvina summoned Destiny,
Yep.
Point made a terrible decision.
Nothing bad happened.
Point
nothing bad
caused
happened.
the next
Everyone, get
massive
paladin.
problem, which caused every person that didn't have class levels to become a paladin, and everyone that was already has class levels to gain an extra power,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
which caused massive riots in the city.
It wasn't riots,
It
it was
was-
just massive overexcitement.
It was riots.
I just had a. I tried to convince her that maybe power split among the people was better than power given to one person.
Yeah, and
But-
Alvina
And she took you for your word. You convinced her.
and Alvina bashed
Yeah,
into
that
Point's head afterwards. We can be selfish. Selfish
Maybe.
is sometimes safer. But Alvina
It is.
adopted.
Maybe.
Alvina adopted Tarragon.
Alvina and the Point adopted
No,
Tarragon.
you
Yeah,
failed.
seems unlikely.
You
The
failed.
Point tried to adopt Tarragon.
And Alvina
Yep.
did adopt. And also, if memory serves, Point had a fight with those three NPCs because Alvina basically went, "I'll buy dinner and go out with anybody who can beat him, can beat one of us." Fuck you, I think murdered or was almost murdering a bunch of random civvies. Alvina beat the crap out of every single person that stepped up to her as she was watching the Point get bodied by an old lady, a random dude, and a child.
I would
You
like
did
to
win!
add two things in there. Yes, one, this was me going. This was the Point going, "Oh God, I've made a bunch of paladins, damage control, paladin training in here tomorrow,"
Yes.
and me proving to them I do know what I'm talking about. I was going easy on them on purpose
I also gave.
And almost got
Is what
killed
you
by someone.
said
I also-
afterwards.
I also gave the child a potion of like cloud dragon strength.
Yeah.
It's like, I got you, kid. Here's some food, and here's drink this as well. It'll be really
Tarragon
fun.
had the paladin power to terrify people,
Conquest.
and was terrifying.
She's so cute. Chip off the horrifying block that is Alvina. It's terrifying.
Yep.
And yeah, I think Alvina ended up making dinner for a lot of people for that one as well.
I think we're getting close to the armor goes missing again.
Yeah.
What was it the second time?
Just trying to decide how to split these up. Plot lines start intermingling with each other.
I think we do the Battle of the Bands little mini bit next, and then we can go into the next section, because I think that was just the day after, right?
Well, the problem is the Battle of the Bands leads in is the start of one of those middly bits.
That's what I'm meaning.
So
like,
I'm actually gonna stop just before that. Apparently, there's something called Knights of Remembrance where there's a draw pad activation set on the Dawn Riser. The wheel is locked now. I think this is when Zormir was like, "Oh, none of you can get the ship. I put a lock on it."
It was.
There was
Was
a
it
bunch of
during the
badger
during the
cults.
paladin apocalypse? Gwent decided, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yep.
Yeah.
During one of the apocalypses, I caused.
one of the multiple.
Gwent decided, "Fuck this, I'm out."
And also ran into the thingy goats in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, God,
badger goats being harassed by the monstral agent.
Oh, was that also when we did the investigation? Yeah, this was during the investigation segment where Alvina and Fuck You. We were like looking for various people because I think we'd just been told that Damon had been missing.
Yes, that's what we were doing.
And
Quite possibly, because Damon shows up in my next notes, which will pretty much at some point this brings us on to the
this is where we got Kazakh.
next bit, which is the problem with power.
Yeah.
Act 9, where you get into both simultaneously the Battle of the Bands and the investigation of the disappearance of Damien Darkside. But we'll get back to that after our break, because your DM needs water, because that's actually like an hour and 40 minutes I was talking.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god, we're only like halfway
Yeah,
through.
that's what it's like. You were right when it's this is the intermission episode.
Yeah.
This is the
This
catch
is
up
the
because
recap session.
we are not getting to actual dice rolling.
This is where everyone who's new to the stream gets to learn about what the hell we've done so
Yeah,
far.
this is your recap episode, which I might actually
is.
put in the title of my own one. Is like the recap.
I'll need to change mine, because I honestly didn't think. I mean, to be fair, I think I only decided this was going to be a recap episode like 10 minutes. Then I'm like, that'd actually be very nice.
Yeah.
And so far, this is very pleasant. I quite like this. This is a nice
I'm
little soft
enjoying it.
entry back into it.
It
I was
also
just
gives
remembering
us
all the fucking hijinks
Yeah.
you guys have been up to.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a title like "Flashing Before Our Eyes" or something like that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. But with
Oh.
that, I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
It's fine. We can chat shit about all the little bits that we've had to skip over up until now.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how it wasn't my fault that the professor died horrifically earlier on. I made sure
well,
that they
what-
couldn't come
He
back
came back with
normally.
amalgamate.
Yeah, I made sure they couldn't come back normally though, because I obliterated their body. Right.
They were amalgamation of like everything.
Yeah.
And
It's not your fault, but it didn't help.
It really didn't.
We had people with Revivify on hand.
It's fine. It meant that we didn't have to deal with the 10 Onis that were in the area as well.
That is true.
Or the unfortunately final group of civilians that weren't fast enough.
yeah,
I think it was like 4 civilians, the professor, and 10 Onis got caught in that basically mini nuke, which Fuck You found, which was a chunk of Imix's soul.
and you captured some of that fire back, which was fed
In a
to.
jar! I have it in a jar!
Was that not eventually fed to?
Sod off.
Yeah,
Sod
it was. Yeah. I had it in a jar, and it got pissy, so we fed it to Sod.
Yeah, Sod off as slowly became bigger.
Hey, we want him to be a primal fire elemental eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
resurrect it? Can we turn him into a phoenix? Because that's technically a fire elemental in D&D. They're like the gargantuan elemental phoenix version. Pretty cool, right?
How many of the weapons arsenal we're up to so far in that?
We've got the primary 2.
Yeah. I don't think we've got
it was
any
just
more.
Lightning Tongue was just after this.
Yeah. We've not got.
We haven't got all the Radiant shit was more recent.
Yeah, we're starting to build up.
Angel stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
We started to build up our arsenal of weaponry and stuff that
Yeah.
we actually started to arm the ship.
And the
because
gauntlet.
The
Gauntlets were
ship-
also just after this. The gauntlets were in the next section.
Yeah, because the ship hasn't been armed up yet
Yeah.
either. Or
I
the
think
Dawn Riser.
this was when we were working on the stuff for the ship at the moment.
Yeah.
But it hadn't actually been done and we hadn't finished it all yet.
Yeah.
It was very good. This is also where we handed off the Hydras to the farm place.
Yeah. Because we needed to cut down on the
We only
things
had
that we
so
have
much space.
on the
and-
ship.
The amount of nonsense on the ship.
We only had so much space, and we don't want 2 Hydras in there with fire-breathing dragons. Also, Zormir was a terrible pet owner.
Yeah.
Poor
And-
Gregor. Susie got a lot of affection and love.
Gregor
was
got
bullied.
his good mark with when he got hunted to Lou for a while before he went off.
Exactly, that's what we said. Zormir was a terrible pet owner, so we gave the other Hydra to somebody else.
I was only a pet owner because Zormir followed your lead in that fight and stole the fucking Hydra.
Yeah.
It was
You should have
that'll
thought
work.
You should have thought ahead. You shouldn't commit to something if you're not going to take care of it.
But yeah,
Anyone listening, I do take care of Angel, just always off screen.
Yeah, Alvina,
I mean, Angel is nothing but bones at this point. Just bones.
Oh no,
and
she's
sand.
been eating a lot of
she has been eating.
your food. Anyway,
Yeah.
And how did TR react to meeting my new character for the first time? Since I think you were the first one to meet them, considering they came out the wall.
Abject terror, wasn't it?
Brutal stabbing.
Oh, at this point also, another bit was that Lou woke up in their bed with Randy standing over them with a battle axe.
Yeah, it was because Randy is part spore, part
Part of the
mechanism.
Psionic Network, which is controlled
Yeah,
by
part of
Lou's
the-
old boss.
Yep.
Does that happen?
I also terrorized you. Went with Randy by turning into mist and going through their door, even though they'd shut the door on them. They're like,
We also
no,
found
I'm coming to say hello still.
we also found out that Alvina's sword is partially sentient and then technically allows her to dream.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in a dream because she's an elf and it goes very, very weird. It's sort of in a dream as in playing a video game. So she basically plays Halo every time she goes to sleep. Complete with power armor. It's VR Halo owes its purposes. Also, yes, in the looking for Damon bit, we found a lot of people and went to the pub. And
Yeah, I
fuck
think
you.
I think we're getting to that bit when Chris comes back about the pub and all that. But we had the Nagpa that was on the train.
Oh yeah,
That's
the child basically said that lady is evil. Point refused to believe her. The party refused to believe her. Alvina immediately believed her. Turns out, lady was evil.
Yeah, because I think I was.
I still say you shouldn't kill people on their way to work, even if they're evil.
We didn't kill her.
No.
Whoa,
just
Try
don't
to.
attack
Train Lady,
minors.
I'll have you know, Train Lady is part of the next arc. We've not gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Are we not?
What is
Aw.
this? No, because we don't discover her until we start investigating Damien.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
I thought she was slightly before we investigated.
I thought it was on the way back from the dragons.
Yeah, I
wasn't it?
thought it was back from the dragons.
Because it's after Tarragon gets her powers.
Yeah.
That's fair. It might be the end of this arc.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh,
the
I
end of
think
this
it was,
arc.
I think it was going back from the Colosseum to the ship because we had Tarragon with us.
But anyway, did I
think
miss
it was
any
there.
really interesting bits we forgot about?
Not mostly. We were talking. I was talking about that it wasn't my fault that I killed the professor.
And I agreed, but also you really didn't help
I
because we
didn't
had
help.
Revivify on hand.
There wasn't a body left afterwards. It's fine. We didn't have to
So
deal
to
with
be
the
fair,
in-combat
I
encounter.
think the party was actually genuinely concerned at that point that you might not survive that
Yeah.
encounter.
Yeah, because there were like
Yeah.
10 Onis which had just come in as reinforcements, so we were kind of low on resources.
Because the DM designed that one with the idea of, hey, if I just make it difficult enough, surely they'll try a different approach, right?
We did.
Right?
We technically
Yeah.
did. We
Yeah,
started
nuke.
off at range.
Yeah, we tried.
Oh, and this
We
is
just-
when the DM gave up on doing any
You
sort of
did.
stealth mission
You
plots in
did.
the future. Now I'm sticking to just more zany stuff.
Bash our way
Yeah, we
through.
did do one stealth mission successful later on, but a lot later on.
Yeah,
Oh, we can
lol.
discuss that then when we get to it. Welcome back to the world of Alterra. As we explore the history of the little bad guys, which, by the way, we also just mentioned at some point they started calling themselves little bad guys. I
Well,
actually don't remember when.
It was little bad guys
was the-
earlier on, and then when we
Mm.
walked into the arena, because there was only me, fuck you, and Lou, we went, well, we should call ourselves something different, right? Because it's not the full little bad guys, so we call ourselves the Misfits.
In my mind, it's Misfits with a Y.
Yeah. Which Alvina doesn't know how to
And
spell, so
not-
it could very well be.
And like, just replacing the I's with Y's, just
Yeah.
because. Mice fights.
That's fair. But yes, this is where we get to Act 9. The problem with power. And here, two separate stories begun to unfold. Two separate stories that would eventually intertwine into one future time-traveling arc. The Battle of the Bands and the investigation of Damien Darkside. While one group were preparing and dishing out musical assaults on the ears, the other were fucking wrecking and trashing a room and stealing everything.
No,
Isn't
this
it
was at
technically
different
3D?
times. This was different times. This was the wrecking and trashing a room and stuff was before the Battle of the Bands because two of the band members were doing it.
Oh yeah, the rest of us were in the pub speaking to. I think Philip was there.
Yeah, Philip was there.
yeah,
Alvina
that's fair.
and Fuck You went off in one direction.
Yeah.
And the other party that were just kind of there and we recruited.
Yeah,
Oh, and
that's
yeah,
that's
Black
my bad.
Grove
It's the
guards were
rules
there
are
as well, I
listed here.
think.
yeah,
I think you were just learning the rules first.
yeah. So
Technically, then it split into
so-
three because I went off.
yeah, no,
drunk.
That's later. That's later. That's after the.
Oh
pub.
yes, that's where you just split off. That
Yeah.
was after
well,
the
I
pub.
know,
where we
I know
met
the
Philip.
next episode is the Orange Chunkard, which
Yeah.
is the pub episode. So before the pub, you apparently were asked to investigate the disappearance. So I think this is just getting the quest.
Yeah.
Find his 25-year-old black-haired, mohawk, eye-pierced son, who has friends. He was friends with the administrator's son, Philip Warson, and he used to drink at the Orange Tankard, which was where I sent you over there. And I believe the other side then were learning the rules of the Battle of the Bands, probably talking with the organizer, and you kind of just learned about the fact that you could like distract the judges, excite the crowd, etc.
It was that, and that was half the party went to the pub. The other half went to go and look at Damien's apartment.
Mhm.
That was the same
Which
point.
gets us to the Orange Drunkard, where you met Jack Bilfer, a Black Grove guard who was looking for money to help sponsor the expedition and guarding of humanoids
that
in the
happened.
Black Swamp.
Against the dragon,
Friends, new friend.
which is a future plan that we will also get to.
Yeah, you know, I'm
Not
sure the
for a
dragon would have
while.
like destroyed everything by then. You know, it's not like
We've got a tournament to get to at another point as well. We're fine. We've got time.
This is where you met the adventurers and discovered Orange Fuzz, the soda drink they serve there, as well as met Philip Warson, who you discovered is actually Kenku, not a Warforged like their father.
Also, it caused Zormir to get absolutely blathered.
Absolutely blathered. And then we obviously get on with Zormir having their misadventure. The party going to do the Battle of the Bands. This is also where you, well, first of all, you briefly met Millie Mournhold when you were looking into Damien's apartment, and later met them more as one of the contestants. You also discovered Charzug Clanfang. I don't know if she had the last name.
Yeah, I remember.
Her last name is Clanfang.
Kazak.
Yeah.
Where she
Yeah.
recanted the tale of the fact that she was currently awaiting questioning.
And medical attention.
And medical attention as she discovered a secret tunnel in the district known as Stolen Thoughts that appeared to have entered some sort of restricted area, and the rebellion wanted to talk to her about it.
Yeah.
And
that,
where
that was
Alvina
definitely
once
after
more.
the crone on the train then.
Yes, it would have been.
Hmm.
And Alvina joined yet another member to their fan club.
Yeah.
And Princess carried her all the way back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Despite her leg being fixed, by the way,
Mhm.
because we fixed it immediately.
Yeah, fuck you, healed her straight off, and then
But Alvina decided to Princess carry her in one arm, and she was carrying somebody else in their other arm for a good while as well.
Yes, it's true. And thus, with nearly all of the party, minus one Zormir who had fucked up outside the city on a drunken just stupor, the Battle of the Vans begun.
I had nothing to do with Zormir fucking off.
You totally did, but to be fair, we all agreed that you needed to. At the time.
To be fair, they thought they'd saw Junior in their drunken state and were chasing after them.
We nearly murdered a janitor
with
because of that.
With an enchanted bit of their armor that just said, he went that way, repeatedly.
We
Hang on.
almost murdered a guy in a janitor's closet because Zorbe ripped it open as Alvina was standing there going, "All right, I'll get him." And it was just some guy.
I think he went that way. There we go.
Exactly.
I've still got the recording.
Is it? And
The fact that there's a fucking recording.
also, fuck you and Alvina looted Damien's entire room, stealing about half of his possessions, including his mirror, which was briefly evil, but neither of us were intelligent enough to,
And let us not
Okay.
forget that every time you attempted to find a hidden area inside the room, you encountered a mocking message that told you to try again.
we did eventually find one, though.
You did?
Also, I think Alvina stole his loot or something and was playing it in front of him later on, and he went, "Wait a minute." It's like, "It's mine. It's mine."
As you did. And towards the end of
And we
the
didn't
Act
blow up the
9, the
building.
Problem of Power, eventually you displayed so much power in the Battle of the Bands
We
that you
teleport
drew the attention of the Celestial...
gods.
uh,
The non-insane
the group
gods.
has a name, the Renegade
Pantheon?
Gods.
Yeah.
No, they have an
Renegade
actual name
Pantheon?
for the group because they're opposed to the other gods.
Oh yeah.
Technically, that one was their fault, not mine.
Also,
Because they were searching for powers belonging to the deity Melody, and the Point did such a great performance that they invoked and produced what appear to be identical powers.
this is also when we found out for the first time in the entire campaign, only like 90 episodes in, that Point is asthma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was an Asbel since day one and just sitting on it for 90 episodes.
Which I think I was suspicious of because
Wait, the point's at Azamar?
exactly.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's why they never have dwarven history.
But
that
you,
you
but
just
yeah,
get
Alvina
out.
was like, "Oh yeah, you've got stone cutting, don't you? I
You
don't
go
have
through
that." I
stone
was like,
tunnels a lot. It's fine.
To be honest, like early on, I did pick up on like no stones.
No stone
cunning.
cunning.
We were
Yeah.
both a bit sus on that one for it. Was like,
Yeah.
So I got resistance to poison from
someone else.
my blessing from the stew
Yeah.
to cover that up.
But also,
Yeah.
Alvina and fuck you didn't blow up the entire high-ranking members of the Resistance's house because Karzug was there and fine, and we had a brief chat with Millie, which Alvina flirted, much to Millie's annoyance, and then she tried to escape and did after I punched a hole in her wall.
Yeah.
Actually, hold some as well. We'll do that.
But we didn't C4 the building.
And fuck you, like dismantled his explosives.
Yeah, he was like,
twice.
"Hey, fuck you, you don't have to blow up the building now." While Alvina was holding Karzug, and he's like, "Oh, but I've already set it all up."
That you have. And you left Karzak in charge of
Babysitting.
Tarragon as you did the Battle of Bands. And as you achieved that pinnacle of power music chording, you found yourselves in a celestial fragment demiplane where you met with Medici, the god of medicine,
Who's nice.
Thivra, the god of thieves, obviously, Romeos, a drunken
Cherub.
deity, Ivica, the god of knowledge, and technically the god of invention, which is part of the knowledge domain, and Gambit, the gay god of game,
The card
a
shark.
literal card shark.
Uh,
And in that final arc, because we're doing a quick summary of the arc and then we can discuss more details into it, so let me finish.
Yep.
That is when you had a lovely chat, shit happened, Lou beat the card game of fucking game, the god of game somehow. And eventually, though, you were discovered by the two gods, the Butcher, known as the Black Knight, and Hara, the Inquisitor, two of the mad gods who have been hunting down the renegade gods. Also, Gwent wasn't summoned with you originally, but you met Gwent's god and convinced them to bring Gwent here.
Yeah.
And Gwent showed up.
I wasn't.
Unhappy.
Also, the god of
Wrong.
trickery.
Yeah, I
the
mentioned
god of
the
trickery
god of...
couldn't steal from fuck you either.
No, that's true. It's true.
That's
You're
how
very
we met
aggressive
him.
to the gods. Yeah. And carnage ensued. You
Yeah.
fought the Butcher Knight. You managed to hold them off long enough for the celestial creatures to evacuate to
Wait.
another fragment piece, and you eventually jumped into the portal back home before things went wacky. But we'll get back to that on the next arc.
Alvina literally
I
had
was-
a duel with the Butcher. 1v1 the God of Carnage and did way better than the God of Medicine thought she would.
I believe I was still lost in the cave where I met the.
You got briefly
Met the-
summoned.
Yeah, I met a Yeti, which we both.
Wait, didn't we get linked first? Me and you.
No, that was after. That was when that was when the actual battle happened.
Because I was
Hilariously, I don't think any of that's in my fucking notes.
Yeah, we
basically me and the Yeti were fighting, and then got to a point where we stalemated as the cave fell on us. They survived. I got summoned to the realm and met up with the rest of them.
and you
told
gave them the
them-
rations. Don't forget you gave them your
You would have given the
Yeah, I
rations
gave them
before you
rations.
got teleported, which is an important
Yeah.
note.
I gave the rations to them, which is important later.
Yes, it is.
I eventually got pulled into the plane with you as well, who
Sobered up.
eventually talked to the goddess of invention, and then the chaos ensued. Got linked with Gwent in that fight, and
And then
Uh,
decided to commit suicide, which Gwent was
I'd-
not happy about.
tried to
Nope.
fight the butcher and hold them off. Also, the portal was still going.
You didn't try to fight the Butcher. You called out the Butcher, who proceeded to
Yeah.
beat 7 shades of shit out of you
Yeah.
after he yeeted
true.
Alvina out of the way,
Uh,
who was actually fighting the Butcher.
To quickly interject, you also, in your drunken stupor, met with Kiris the Mad God.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
tried to
before
give
you met the
therapy to
Butcher.
the most insane mad god.
Yeah.
And I believe
Which-
you also... No, I think that was later on. Fair enough, yep. You also learned, I'm pretty sure, that Junior was in the Under Salvos, but that's
Mhm.
all you knew at
We
the
we
time.
found out that
that-
very early on, and then we found out more later.
Yeah, you found out that he was in the Under Salvos, and he was meeting with some Grey Dwarfs.
Yeah.
But that's all you got from Kiris.
And I also find out that Curse was what gods they were.
I think you
were
found
the
out some
god-
of them. I think they explained some of them.
Yeah. Originally, they were the god of
Loyalty. They were the
loyalty.
loyal god.
They were
and
Kip,
It's why they're the
Mhm.
most insane now, because
because
they
they
broke their
were
own
at
domain.
odds with each other.
Yeah. I enjoyed the Butcher fight. I actually got the respect of 2 gods by fighting the Butcher head on and doing alright.
Yeah.
Mostly
but
because he
it-
instantly decapitated a Planetar with a Vorpal Blade immediately. So Alvina went, well, I'm the only person who can survive a hit from a Vorpal Blade. So...
and we ended up pissing off his the other one who was fighting with the
Who I
butcher.
yeeted.
Hara.
She's the one that
Yeah.
Alvina yeeted. That's why I've got Yeeter
That's one of
on
the
this
two
thread
gods
separate.
that hates me.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
hates Alvina too, because Alvina is really pissed her off. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
also I
Rara
think
was
the butcher said I smell like Hero.
Yeah.
one of the
'Cause I
gods did,
think-
yeah.
No, the
Because
butcher
I
was the one
think-
who said you smell like the old head of the
The god of
Watermaid.
heroes.
Yeah, you
Ryan.
yeah, he said you smell like that one because I got called an abomination by one of the allied gods. The butcher was one that
Because he
says you
wants to
smell like
eat people.
No, I wanted to figure out how to eat souls. Someone told them that because I was having a chat with a Kirin at the time.
Yeah, because that would make you basically a cannibal in their eyes. That is very heretical.
Yeah.
Noids don't eat souls.
And
It's literally the most profane act you could do for the gods,
yeah, so I got called an
other
abomination.
than work with their enemies.
Yeah, so I got called abomination by them. I got told I smell like a hero by the butcher, and I yeeted the other evil god to get her out of the way because she kind of was walking over and being a problem to Gwent and a few of the others. So I picked her up and threw her into the void.
Which
And
was-
you met a bunch of NPCs there. You met that unfortunate Planetar who Vestra before he was decapitated.
Yep.
You met with the celestial blacksmith Regmore, who specializes in celestial steel ingots.
We got a lot of
Managed
gear
to
from
get
them.
a new celestial shield, as well as an amulet of vow and some other things.
Yep.
Oh,
As well as
fun.
apparently a map detailing the destruction of the Book of the Exalted Deeds into 3 parts.
Yes.
Scattered across the cosmos by the war.
Yep.
I also found out Vika's memories have been
Shattered.
tainted by.
Right.
Yeah, they
Yes,
can't.
which is why the knowledge of the artificery is not as prevalent as it once was. That and the withdrawal of the Arcanites themselves.
And I'm trying to fix that as well.
The gods weirdly liked us.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, these are the non-mad good gods.
I
What's
know.
left of them anyway.
Speak for your own god.
Was it was Medici that, it was Medici that called Alvina an abomination.
Your
right?
god isn't mad, he's just disappointed.
Probably, because she'd be the most appalled by the fact that you want to commit a divine sin.
Yeah, I think Medici is very mixed about Alvina because like she's really helpful and she actually Medici actively wanted to help out Alvina, but was also really concerned with her brain.
Yeah, especially because she is literally the god of medicine and doctors and medics,
And there's something
or technically just medics in this world. 'Cause doctors would just be medics here.
And there's something clearly wrong with Alvina, so.
Let me clearly wrong. Yes, and then eventually you went through the portal. Is there anything that anybody would like to touch on before we get to the next act?
The Kirin was really nice, and Alvina promised to save as many unicorns and Kirins as you could find that weren't trying to actively kill us.
This is where I got the
Oh,
animosity of the butcher and Rara because they were using go-away grenades to, I think, send people into the past or future, and I catapulted one into the butcher.
Oh yeah, you put
Said-
it was what's her name was throwing the ones that would do that. And
Yeah,
you
Rara
threw
was
one,
throwing the grenades. I sort of went, "There's one on the ground."
throw it at the butcher, which bought him some time because yes, Romulus decided to agree to Gwent's request to help him be able to save Zormir by linking their souls together.
Hmm.
2
And
turns
they go-
before Zormir went to the butcher. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
So
Yep.
also before this point, before the attack, while everyone was off chatting with gods, Romulus was getting very interested in Pointbot.
Yes, Unite might
That's-
have a soul.
Pointbot might have a soul now. Might definitely has Romulus's soul link abilities.
Yep. And Gwen has basically, I think, lost all faith in Zormir after Zormir basically tried to kill them both. Because we realised the only way that Gwen would survive it was if the butcher one-shots Zormir with a Vorpal attack, killing Zormir.
I didn't know I was linked.
You did.
No,
Yeah, you
You
did.
did. You actively knew.
I don't believe I knew
Really?
at the time
You did.
when I was fighting.
You definitely
No,
did.
wrong.
Are we talking about the player or the character? Both sides.
Both.
Both.
They both
Okay.
knew.
The character didn't know.
Yes, you did.
Because he didn't know he got linked. He kept on getting back up and he was like, why am I still up?
Romulus literally talked in your brain, saying it. I remember that.
Did you? talking my
Well,
brain? Because I can't
it's-
remember doing.
It's episode 75 onwards. You guys can go have a look. Let's move on.
Yeah, move on to the next
Uh,
arc.
To the next act, the heartache of time travel.
Which
Yay.
caused a lot of problems.
Caused a lot of problems. As not only did you not get back to your original destination, instead you were flung forward in time, where you returned to your original positions, falling into a now ruined Colosseum, and Zormir found themselves at the foot of a statue of Zormir. And so many things happened in this act.
God damn, did they?
God damn did they. You explored the ruined city. You found yourself warping back and forward whenever you got near a temporal disturbance caused by the Chrono Dragon. You met another avatar who become known as Ted, who is the Pillar of Time.
I thought it was Tim for some reason. Yeah, Ted.
He's not the pillar of time. He's the pillar of timing, based on all his bad jokes.
Tried to eat him into a lava river.
And you
Did
pretty
not
much just
work.
discovered a ruin of a new setting, shadow covering where the headquarters used to be, mutated giant critters, abandoned, overgrown mushroom hive mind.
A new body for Lou.
A new body for Lou.
Alvina became the god of a group of locusts.
Yeah.
That's who
There
did.
there were demon ants.
They were demon hands. Size of
Zormir
dogs.
discovered that they were a legend in the Yeti lore, and had single-handedly prevented the destruction or erasure of a Yeti village by providing just enough food for them to get their strength back and actually continue hunting. And you also learned that the world had gone to hell, as well as discovered a Drider that had escaped from the Empire run by the new Junior Vampire Kingdom.
Yeah.
We
You
should
met
do
some
something
of
about that.
Junior's children. That's fine. That doesn't happen till the future.
I'm still really I'm still really sad that Alvina, because of other temporal shenanigans, never got to meet their children, because she was really, really wanting to know if she actually was still in their lore, because Zormir had been erased from history. But as far as Junior's concerned, Alvina might still be out there. So...
Out there. This is also where Zormir met the wonderful Udon, Orzo, Soba, Regu, and Fusili, otherwise known as
Yay.
Fuzzy.
Yay.
My boy Udon.
Fuzzy.
All the party rejoining me as
Udon,
Yetis.
the trauma chef Yeti.
Oh, the Yeti's done work. in
Oh,
this.
they don't, damn
They're still in the journal, right?
Phaser, the Derider, you met the Cole Dottersons, the children of Cole, which is Junior's name. He is Cole.
Yeah.
Cole Stradson. And you also logged into an ethereal virtual zone using the password the point Sif Jacker. Which you gained you apparently you also learned that the first user into it was called Night Ghost, and they were a Shadow Ghoul class.
And then Alvina literally ripped them out of it because they're all being slowly eaten by those mushrooms.
Yep, it's
But
true.
I saved some of the network interface, I think, mushrooms.
I think
and
it
gave
came
to
out
Randy.
with you as I ripped you out of it. Because I literally tied you up with
I've
rope
got a little
and
bit still
pulled.
under my beard and gave half of it to Randy to hopefully let him interface with whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
Let's
Also-
see.
also
see where
learned
this
that-
actually begins.
Junior was less bad than the actual Drider. And
Oh
maybe
yeah, it
wants to
turns out we didn't really gel with the Driders to let them kind of have it because they did like blow up an orphanage or something.
Yeah.
No.
We
All right,
found
Temporal
out that
Shenanigans begins at episode 79.
Yep.
All right, 79. That's how it looks. Apparently, this is a very long one.
About 3 or 4
We don't
episodes.
get to intermissions till 90.
Yeah.
So that is 20. Actually, I think it is exactly 20 sessions.
Yeah. The first it's because the first few sessions were us exploring the general area around us, and we also found out we
This
were in a
is-
time loop because
and also where Lou actually gets destroyed.
yeah, Lou got
needs a new body.
obliterated, but their soul.
Yeah.
They also started using the Deck of Many Things and got the single worst setup of rolls I've ever seen from the Deck of Many Things. Because they got permanently cursed, pissed off a demon lord, and became naked or something all at once.
Yep.
They got like a multiple terrible rolls from the Deck of Many Things in a row.
And
they
then their
got
bad luck just compounded where they ended up co-possessing the points body.
They got locked in a room with an Orb of Annihilation, which kept growing.
Yep.
It's true.
Which we proceeded to find them in the Millennium Puzzle, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this was after that Gwent refused to believe that Alvina was real.
True.
Because she
Still
was,
don't believe.
because we were exploring the town and Alvina went, I haven't found anything. Well, I haven't found much while literally swimming in a lake of lava, spitting out lava. For an enjoyable
enough.
swim.
And
we found
eventually
her.
you discovered that the plot of the time travel shenanigans was actually caused by one of the members of the party
Yep.
in order to grow a plant of true resurrection, which is the only way to cure someone of the curse caused by Doom Knight, and was the only way to save Abigail Charwood.
Which
Mhm.
Gwent has a massive amount of favour from Alvina for actually doing it.
Yeah.
And yet, very salty towards the point for fucking him up.
Obviously.
Hey,
Mhm.
We
I
also,
don't think that one was my fault.
we also
And
found
without
out...
gathering
Yeah.
the flower from the future, you would never have been able to save her when she inevitably came in contact with the curse, as it was a destined event.
Yeah.
I
Which
mean, still
also-
the option of just unracing it and just letting her die, but
Nah, Alvina would have killed everybody.
Is it?
Alvina would
No,
become the big
Alvina would have
bad.
killed everyone. Yeah.
that's fulfilling the prophecy from the very first episode of this arc that you asked me to bring you here.
We did. We actively did.
You
We
actively
did, yeah.
We also found out that the 15 or so pure evil murdery vulture cult members, yes, they're pure evil murdery cult members, but they're actually working for the good guys, and we refuse to believe them. Until a
You did?
platinum dragon showed up in the current time period, where we smashed our way through.
Mhm.
Which also was the problem with, right, Alvina was away from the party for so long because she got hit by the Platinum Dragon's Dragon Breath into a different time period from everybody else.
But they smashed their way through the time period back.
Yep.
And
And brought
And-
another dragon.
No,
Yep.
wait, no, then we got hit by a paradox attack from the dragon, and the one for Alvina, which was the closest one to, like, event in her path, involved a dragon, causing a second Platinum Dragon, which was the paradox of the first dragon, to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And they killed each other. And then we killed the second one.
Yeah, it's, unsurprisingly, it's actually very hard to open portals to a place and time from the players when the players are from an
From a
entirely
different
different timeline universe.
Mhm.
And Alvina managed to
Oh,
get us, I believe, the kill on the second Platinum Dragon by literally shoving a super dangerous, I don't know what this is, but I know it's really powerful, magical crystal between its teeth that we found locked up in a vault of extremely dangerous objects.
Oh, yeah, it's the nuke.
Yeah, the nuclear weapon, which Alvina went, I don't know what this does! Shoves it between Dragon's teeth, bites down, boom!
But you
Almost
also
ki-
learned that Damien had been captured by the Napa because Damien too refused to believe they were working for his father because he was not aware of Bastion's greatest guarded secret, the origins and workings of the non-humanoid repulsion field around all of Bastion,
Mhm.
which is caused by an inversion of the doomed crystal's energy that the Nagpas were helping Brightside. They made a deal with him in order to effectively continue their mission.
Yeah. And
'Cause they were
also-
some of the original workers on it.
And also, Fuck
And-
You stole one of their staffs, which has caused the eternal enmity of one of the next.
That's true. That's true as well. But
I
that
think
again
we-
can go on Fuku's specialized
Yeah.
personal enemies.
Yeah.
I
Their
think
unique
we also
list.
about flattened most of the party. That point, we had to all scramble to get
Oh.
everyone back up.
Yeah. Even
Because of the
Alvina eventually went down, but the field wasn't making her roll death saves, I think.
Yeah.
But she actually did eventually go down, and then the point managed to get like the 1 hit point off of the dragon after Alvina had literally was just passing con saves to stay conscious because I think I was literally down to 1 hit point from the nuke and kept rolling well. I was following off of Millig from the previous campaign's cockroachness.
Yep. Eventually got everyone back up and
Except Abby, which
managed
we
to.
didn't. And we saved Abby.
Yeah.
Which caused very heartfelt moments. Also, Gwent met old Gwent.
That was the thing.
Yes. Looked pretty good.
He had a great beard.
Still alive.
Should be growing out the beard.
I think we also met the younger version, the
We met the younger version of Ted.
well, the younger versions of the Yetis as well, because I'm sure
We
we
did
met.
that was during the we met the Yetis. You met the old version of that Yeti, and the other section of new Yetis, who the vampires had attacked their town and killed the parents of one Yeti. Oh yeah, no, Alvina met the young versions of those Yetis.
Yeah.
Because she went like 10,
When you got
15...
into the separate timeline.
Yeah, when I got into the third timeline, Alvina went, and also may have armed the villain Yeti.
Yep.
Because I didn't know any better.
You armed the son who's
you've
now
had
the...
such an impact on this world already.
Yeah.
All the lives you've touched and changed, and not always for the better.
Yeah, and then
Often not
she
for the
also
better.
did help teach, I think, the Yeti chef family some new recipes, and then fell asleep. But she'd had the weird draconification thing happen, and the rest of the party woke up to find Alvina in the same tent as them all, with the new draconification parts. Just like, we're pretty sure this is still Alvina, right?
Yep.
Just disregard the fangs, horns, and more scales on her than normal.
Yep, that's Alvina.
Yeah, sure.
I literally tried to wake her up, and she tried to punch me.
I did punch you, didn't I?
Yeah. Probably.
Bang!
How do
I
you know
think
it's
Gwent's
Alvina? Because there's an impression in my armor now because of it.
I think Gwent was like, either this is Alvina, in which case we're fine, or this is something else that is not hostile and is and looks like Alvina is pretending to be, so it's probably an upgrade. So...
Possibly less pets to be adopted.
Yeah.
Nope.
Unfortunately, this doppelganger version of Alvina seems to still share the obsession with pets.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a bunch of new items, because we actually managed to kill 2 platinum dragons. One of which we gave to the
Research.
people to get more research and to sweep under the bed all the problems we'd also caused. But we'd also give them a lot of benefits, so we were like, if you just, we'll call it even, and not have to calculate this up if you give us this. And we went, sure, we'll use one. And Alvina got her siege gauntlets.
Yeah.
The most bussedly awesome.
Upgraded point boss and got a drum
We did.
that was incorporated into Merida.
We got a lot of stuff. We also got a bunch of sending stones, which are now walkie-talkies for us, made out of platinum dragon scales.
Oh, we very quickly went from intermission 3 to intermission 4.
Yeah.
But after that, we did our next intermission episodic vignette. Oh, I scrolled up and then I lost it. Where are you? Intermission 3. Where Gwent learned about their 3 years of service they needed to do before they would get another true resurrection plant. Apparently where we needed to make Damien, Millie, and Administrator minis. Where you decided what to do with your legendary quality worth of magic item components from skinning one of the ancient chrono dragons.
Yeah. Just got the gloves, things.
Got a bunch of magic items, blah blah. Got Lou a body, kind of just finished up business in the Bastion.
I even made Lou a new body so they weren't possessing the point anymore.
And then got on to, technically it's like a little mini arc, but I guess it still counts as an arc act. It's not like they need to be massive. The Elysium Discovery, where you decided to tackle the Elysium dungeon before heading off.
which we've got
Yeah.
a lot of really cool info, and has caused another like priority thing for us to do.
We got the
Because we found out that unfortunately all of the people that worked with Jones in this area were dead.
yeah. We also found out that Jones is
Yes, it is.
Elysium.
Yeah, we did find out he's at least.
What?
And got a lot of his memories back.
Hinted at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also found a
Well-
bunch of non-magical equipment, which was really cool, like grenades.
The Elysium battery. We use.
Yep, some combat cloaks, combat rings, bandolier grenades, and this is also where you met Blob
Blob! By
Blob.
killing the bigger blob.
by
Yeah.
killing the bigger blob.
Also, Alvina found out about the type party did, but found out about what kind of were creature Jones is. 'Cause it's like he's a
Yeah.
were creature that doesn't have the downsides
We got
because
the
they
sample,
invented it.
we got
Right?
the sample of it.
Yeah, he took a genetic modification
yeah,
sample,
he-
whatever.
He's effectively a super serum soldier
Super soldier.
that they retroactively made from the Lichen curse.
Yeah, which Alvina really wants the serum. So that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons why
We got
we've all got real big priorities.
You
Not all
can't be a were thing and a dragon.
Yeah, I can.
Says I.
You could be a were-dragon.
Okay.
I'm still humanoid currently, and that means I can be affected by the curse.
Currently.
Hey, I have to catch it. It means I have to be affected by it before becoming a full dragon.
a tiny bit of
Meaning I
sample
get both.
of the stuff that Randy is working with.
Yeah, we have the
Not
base,
enough
but
to
we don't have
actually-
enough to actually synthesize any of it.
Yeah. We need more.
Which
Before
is
Randy
probably
can
more
start.
of the Elysian vaults. Because does Jones know where the more vaults are located? Or has an
I think
idea?
Didn't we get like a
Uh,
map of where some of them were?
Yeah, I think they got added to the map.
we got a few
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, some. Yeah.
locations that
Which
were
we
probably
want
the-
to check for finding his friends
Or
and...
more importantly, did we get it? Why is my roll probably? Let me refresh that. Was it actually added to the map, or was it added as the to-do list on the DM's part, and I haven't done it?
Probably on the
That
to-do
is
list. I could see it being on the
question.
to-do
But-
list.
At this point, we bring up the other map we got. Well, I got ages ago about where the other fragments of melody are, but all of them were outside the break line, apart from me and the Devil's Piper. So
Yeah.
we haven't made it there yet.
We've got a lot of stuff to go outside the breaker line, but we're going to do a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff in the breaker line first.
So, and I've forgotten where all of them are, so they're somewhere.
I think a
doing
lot of them
something.
were like to-do list. I think that was definitely to-do
Yeah.
list stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I was just gonna mention them as you came across them. Because let's face it, they're not really a priority. They are a side mission. Because they're just vaults. They're basically
Yeah.
things you can do for extra loot and
Yeah.
like a story and stuff.
Dormir definitely wants to find them because he wants to work on Elysium tech.
And now Vina
Where-
wants them so she can probably overdose on super soldier serums.
Where he breaks the level 30 cap of strength.
That eventually Alvina's hubris is going to come back to haunt her, but
Nah, she'll be fine.
I think it's too scared of her.
Exactly. It doesn't want to bring it up.
But finally getting everything ready, having explored what left of Bastion and tying up any loose business in Bastion itself, you all readied yourself on your ship to meet up with the Firestar as it headed off up into the Astral Sea, hoping to draw the attention away from Bastion caused by the surge of Paladin energy that was so strong it would bypass the protective divination field off Bastion and would have been picked up by anybody watching the area.
Yeah. So we went off to distract them and also to chase down Imix's daughter that he told me about, who had been kidnapped
Yes, you're also giving
because we
the,
nicked her ship.
The quest to actually go by Imix, if you wanted to continue down your path of pyromancy, you would have to do the Prince of Fire a favor and go save or rescue his daughter.
Him, who Alvina went.
That's why we
"This-"
did that.
Yeah, which Alvina told you.
Yeah.
She went, we got a
so-
quest to go save this person. Why? Oh, Imix asked me to. He's like, what do you mean Imix asked you to do him a favor?
Oh yeah, that's as far as I got. Imix asked me to. Okay, it's probably for a good reason, not so you can do more pyromancy.
Yeah. It was
That's
also
fair.
to save a princess that we kind of put in a bad position, right?
Yeah.
There. Which brings us on to the Call of the Celestial Banshee, as the first on the scene to investigate what the hell that giant energy surge was the recruits and soldiers of the Radiant Empire from Banshee's Grove, as you dealt with several ships, even pretending to be one of the ships as you arrived towards the Firestar using your illusion sails, that's the word, thank you. And we're able to quickly take them out.
Ridiculously efficiently for some bizarre reason.
It's not in case the fact that we also had a bunch of pirates from the
Oh yeah,
taking
what were they?
parts.
Manticore! The Manticore looters! Which
The
we just
Manticore
kept
wreckers,
rolling!
yes.
Which we just kept rolling the Manticores take down an enemy ship.
No, they did. And you also met the Ace mech
Ace!
pilot,
Ace,
himself.
You mean the protagonist?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
protagonist.
the main character.
Which
Yeah.
we proceeded to have an anime protagonist of, which unfortunately found out that the protagonist of a card game anime. Not an
That's
isekai
so-
anime.
So I think I discovered I'm the antagonist. I'm the cool rival,
Yeah, and
but the one who
Alvina-
has to get destroyed immediately.
Yeah, and Alvina is the protagonist of the other anime, because apparently she's the only person that can roll shit against Ace.
Yeah.
Because everyone else failed, and Alvina's like,
Well,
nat 20, nat
Technically
20,
doesn't make
18.
you the protagonist or anything. It just makes you the worthy rival to the protagonist.
I'm the other anime protagonist, that's what you gotta have.
well,
It's for a different anime.
I'm the one who tries to convince the protagonist to join them because we're the
You're
good guys.
evil!
So what you're saying is you're the comedic relief side character.
Comedic relief side villain. But yes,
Point is Jack Spicer from Shaolin Showdown confirmed.
I am down for that. Jack Splicer is cool.
Yeah, I knew you'd be down for that. Jack Spicer, evil
But yes,
boy
after the
genius.
party having their most difficult encounter, wasn't even a high CR, the most difficult encounter ever, because Ace, the protagonist,
Had protagonist
just
power.
kept rolling nat 20s.
We had a brutal fight. It was brilliant. Until he got out of his mech, which ended very poorly
And then he lost protagonist status.
by Alvina with a steel chair off the side of the boat.
It's true.
What did fuck you do? I remember fuck you had a great line in whatever episode that was. It was like, no, it was, oh yeah, he went something like, Ace went to the light, pointed the guns at fuck you, went, what are you gonna do now? And fuck you went, nothing. She is.
Yes. You managed to recover Ace, as well as several of the weapons from the various captains you were fighting,
I have a
and now
chainsaw.
have yourself some very lovely radiant pistols
And I have a chainsword.
and a
Yeah.
chainsword.
Which I'm very happy about.
Which I believe you then used also some of the Chrono Dragon scales to make your weapon gauntlet.
Oh yeah, the gauntlets got, we made the gauntlets have a siege attack by using parts of the mech for it.
Ah, nice. And you reunited with the Firestar, where you were able to begin traveling, which gives us to intermission 4. I'm not sure why we did an intermission this early.
These ones, I'm pretty sure it was because this was an actual time skip in time, but we actually could make it the next week. This was actual time skip, because there was a lot of, because it was basically we were
Nice.
pursuing the,
Yeah, it was travel
ship?
time skip.
Star.
so we just had, like, big final bit, basically, before. Oh yeah, because it was getting into the, Astral Sea. It was actually getting to the Astral Sea. There was a lot of more stuff, that was a big climactic bit.
Fair. Which gets us to Act 13. My hero.
Academia? Well,
No.
In which you, after a little intermission, because the intermissions don't count as any of the actual act, You went after the shooting star and saw the emblem of the butcher, the clenched chain, where you did apparently a variety of things. Why does it just say the mycelial realm here? When were we doing mushrooms?
I'm assuming
Last Wednesday, but that's irrelevant.
bad. I'm assuming that would have been about May this year, maybe. In which case, you guys did the mushroom realm because there were various shrinking and things going on, and me and Bob were out for LARP for a couple of those weekends.
Yeah, because I believe Randy shrunk out of existence, and a bunch
yeah,
of us grew.
A bunch of people shrunk out
Yes,
of
we
existence.
got hit by the weird mushroom.
Yeah, which turned Rosie into a very briefly adult red dragon in size.
That's it, because it's right next to the knight and cleric hit point totals. So it's definitely during the fight, it would seem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when someone hit by the wild magic that makes them grow a shrink certain number of feet, makes them shrink below 0. What happens to them?
Which we had to do some calculations because it was just as the battle was starting, and you were going, okay, these people are basically not in the encounter because of this. These people have different stats because of this encounter. Because we had a size huge Rosie helping Alvina out.
Because Randy had summoned the dragon at the time, and then got shrunk out of existence of the dragon.
So there was just an ethereal dragon ripping into the thing, because then Rosie showed up.
Yep.
Because Rosie wanted to help her mama and to help out and to see the Disney princess.
Mm-hmm.
So she did. So Alvina got her to see the Disney princess. Also, didn't fuck you cause one of those horrific war crimes we've seen in this entire campaign?
Probably, but you're gonna have to be more specific.
I think he dissolved the entire engine full of people.
Yes.
Quite possibly.
Because we tried to disable the ship so it wouldn't get away from us, so we melted their engines, which resulted in acid throughout that whole deck.
And fuck you was looting the
not
quite dead yet bodies, if memory serves.
And the people
and then didn't join the fight, by the way, because fuck you did other things in that combat encounter.
But let's not forget the most important part of this act, which is the buff marine unicorn.
Yep. The Swallicorns.
The Swallicorns.
Swallicorns.
So yes, the party caught up with the shooting star. They managed to disable it enough to board it. Took out a marine's worth of buff sworn corn.
Yep.
Dealt with some very powerful sworn corn and their captain, while Fukyu went and looted a talisman of evil and turned evil.
Talisman of ultimate evil, which turns out was Im's ID, basically.
Yep.
And we had quite a lot of trouble, weirdly, with the elite guard, and then beat 7 shades of shit out of the captain with very little effort.
I know, it was.
Yeah.
The captain was on paper more powerful. Didn't do anything.
Yeah. The dragon did really help dealing with the elite guard. Also, I think Gwent banished two of them, actually, if memory serves, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was unstoppable force versus immovable object between Alvina and the tank one.
Has reminded me of one of the best Gwent moments, which is seeing something scary, banishing themselves.
Yeah, that was during the Oni King the previous time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You grabbed the crown and then banished yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. It worked well.
And then, Rosie was a big dragon for a while and literally ripped her way into the ship to help us out.
Yep.
Which we still were proud of her. And she got lots of treats and pets. As did the other ones, for not breaking open the doors of the ship.
Randy got blinded so many times by that.
Yeah, you did. You were paralytic.
I can't
yes, the light
see.
mechanic.
The light mechanic.
Great in that little hit and run.
Yeah.
Good luck getting me this time now.
I like how there is a loot to Fukyu and loot for the rest of the party.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Fukyu's one is bigger than the loot to
Yeah.
the party.
Because they had 2 sessions worth of just robbing. Also, Alvina didn't Alvina break through the captain's entire quarters, loot the place, and before she smashed the last cupboard, found, oh, there's a supreme healing potion in there. Drank the lot of it in one go and kept going.
Yes. But that was not the only thing that happened in My Hero. For the second part of that act, on your way back, you encountered a tactical giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Multiple
And
of them, in
discovered
fact.
that Lieutenant General Betamix, Firmix's older brother, the tactical genius known for his war prowess,
Future food.
had finally tracked down, as he was also in pursuit of the princess, though the princess not wanting to reveal that she was on the ship if possible.
Because we've been
Betamix decided to just throw attacks at you from a distance, sending in scouts effectively to poke and test your strength, unaware of what he was dealing with and unwilling to get in a confrontation without more knowledge.
Because he's smart.
Because he's smart, he's the tactical genius of the family. But what he could not account for was the foolhardy nature of this party, as they sought him out
Yep.
and convinced his engine to bugger off.
Hey, don't forget Lou turned off a bunch of the guy's
He did.
armor.
Yeah.
Lou went, oh, they're immune to fire,
Nope.
but they're going to overheat. Turns off the power system by overriding the safety.
Yeah.
And your armor's
All
off.
the ones
and
who are
your
flying
armor's
at us,
off.
just being able to just turn off their
Well, the
mech
thing was,
suits
it was
just
a really low
off.
chance to happen. Unless you were
They
Lou, in which
literally
case it
needed that
happened
one.
90% of the time.
Yep.
So it'd be 90. They had a 5% chance of it, and they kept doing it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember it was something like, you had to, like, half the amount of fire damage they would have taken, then do, like, do something else, and then it's a threshold, and it was such a low chance to happen.
But they kept rolling nat ones as
Paralyzed,
every
paralyzed,
time it
paralyzed.
rolled, and it was like nat 1 again. It's wild.
Oh yeah, also we had a theological debate with Im, who might be this universe's version of Alvina, because Alvina really agrees with her, and it's really concerning the rest of the party.
It's terrifying how much.
Yes, it is. That you did. You also managed to get back from that. You gained a couple of resources while mining, and eventually you made it back to the ship where you were able to freely continue on without fear that the giants were following you, for they needed to repair their ships. And in your travel, before it was that point, you also talked with Im as to what your next steps as a party would be, and she really wants to go traveling and see the world. It's why she was out here in the first place. And she thinks that, you know, on a giant fire giant or elemental kingdom ship, she wouldn't be able to enter enemy territory, but with this ragtag crew of humanoids that everyone would underestimate, hey, let's go explore those enemy territories. I want to see what the culture of the Ethereal Republic's like. I want to see what the food in the Radiant Empire tastes like. I want to see games and culture and histories and see how people talk about other people.
And
We're taking Im on her gap century.
yes, we are. Which is hilarious, because that's also what Alvina is on, her gap century at the moment.
Don't forget Kirby Shrek.
Also giant Kirby
Oh,
Shrek.
yes, and giant
Oh yeah,
psychic Kirby
the
Shrek.
Kirk Leviathan, which I tried to befriend, realised I was just out of its telepathy range the whole time.
Yeah, it wasn't
Luckily-
ignoring you. You just weren't shouting loud enough.
Luckily, because we warped enough.
We literally
Right.
ran away as all the giants were dissolving to its self, really.
To dissolving into non-reality. The
Yeah.
idea of them was being erased.
Yep. And we, also in the mining meteor thing, Zorme spent, like, an entire half a session doing it. Turns out Lou could have helped him the entire time and just decided not to, because as soon as
Lou has
Alvina...
the perfect mining makeup.
Yeah, because as soon as Alvina got back on the ship with the rest of the party, Alvina went, okay, where do you want me to hit it? And Lou just pointed out with, like, the mining roll. Oh, there, actually. And Alvina went, cool, and just broke it in half with one punch, getting a perfect shell out after Zombie was spending so long with tools and shit trying to deal with the other
So
one.
long. Another classic moment of Lou Grimm secretly having really, like, OP abilities in one very niche particular area, but never mentioning or using them.
Yeah.
And only ever finding out in hindsight that Lou was like 10 times better for that task.
Yeah. Oh, also, we found out that Lou hadn't been updating their spells the entire time we were playing this game, when they really should have been able to do it at any given moment. So we went, Lou, change your spell list, dude. You've got the spell list of a level, like, 3 sorcerer. You're level 14.
It's like, yeah, but I only want to use these 2 spells.
No, he
and
didn't.
that's
He thought he
it.
couldn't change them. He thought he couldn't change.
Yeah, well, it was also the drawback of they started off as a warlock and shifted into
Yeah.
sorcerer slowly.
They started off as warlock, but it's fine. They got better.
They got better. We deprogrammed.
They got out of that contract.
Yeah.
With which might have consequences for the party later.
Oh, no, what
on.
do you mean might?
Yeah,
It
they
will.
they got out of that contract. They just ignored it. There is still a warrant out for their arrest.
Yeah, they are, like, extremely wanted.
Yeah, if you guys do go to the Republic, you're gonna have to be very careful and like create Lou a fake identity or something.
It's fine. He's got a different body at the moment. It's a good start.
That's true.
Well, I'm just saying though that if you sign up, because you'll eventually find this out. So I don't really think it's more of a spoiler, but
Yeah.
the entirety of the Ethereal Republic relies obviously on Spectre coins.
Yeah.
But because they're ethereal, you need to sign up for a ethereal wallet effectively, and you need to imprint it on your identity. What? There's a theme to the Ethereal Republic. I don't know if you're picking up on it yet.
No idea.
No idea.
Lou's gonna got found out. Wait a minute, this is the wanted criminal. Get him!
Yeah, so I'm just imagining Neil literally just like, okay, so what's Lou putting in as like their identification? Just Lou Grimm. And
What?
just somewhere in like a monitoring system flashing with wanted identity detected. So just to FYI, guys,
It's like-
if you do get to the Hero
It's
Republic.
like it's like that thing in Family Guy for that one episode where it's like, okay, I'm writing your name down for monitoring. What is it? P Tear Griffin. Peter Griffin. Damn it!
So while the primordial monarchy might be classic D&D where there's barely any rules and you can get away with whatever, do remember that the Radiant Empire is based on not quite modern but near modern. It's a slightly alt history
The Republic?
modern society, and that the Ethereal Republic is hyper capitalistic future technology levels. Where unless you have, though it's also highly corrupt and you can't pretty much bribe your way out of anything. But it still has rules of law, so don't do anything unless you have the money to pay your way out of it.
It's fine. I know exactly how to deal with this.
And for the Celestial, for the Radiant Empire, just don't do anything unless you're a high-ranking member of the religious organization. Because if you're an out-group person, which you would be, it doesn't matter how much fucking money you have.
It's
I
fine.
might be part god.
Yeah,
That
not
helps.
my pantheon.
Not that pantheon.
It's fine. We'll just have Alvina pretend to be a god again. She managed it with a
They're
dragon.
They're very hierarchical.
Hieratical.
That one.
I think it is,
Yeah.
right?
But yes, you managed to escape, and before
Hierarchical.
and decided to make your way to the Wrecking Forge as it was on your way to Izel as well.
The Wrecking Forge is our
And
main target.
while on your way there, finishing up Act 13, because I'm just going to bundle the little one-shots into the last arc, One Piece style.
Yeah.
You encountered and managed to. I mean, there were some giants playing games and other stuff
Which we
that you
avoided.
bypassed.
Yeah, we avoided another raid boss.
Because Alvina
As
wasn't
well
there.
as you also. Oh, there was also the one shot before you actually set out, where you managed to find one of Rayon's celestial swords that had gone insane from insomnia.
Which I do have his name written down
It's
somewhere. Air
still on
Force
the ship.
45?
Air Force 4.
Air Force 4, there was it. Air
He's-
Force 4, who's really nice and is currently sleeping on our table.
Yes, because dear God, he's not slept in millennia,
Let him sleep.
or at least like.
Which is
A
another case
It was
of-
millennia,
Never slept.
definitely millennia, considering that the last thing he remembers was his the frickin' Ryan fighting control, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Alterra's like 8,000 years old.
Which one cured me? the sort of
Point.
enough to.
Me, I did.
Alvina held it in place.
Lesser restoration.
Alvina
Yeah.
held it in
As
place with
I
the...
flew up to it, grabbed its handle, thinking,
Getting
"Oh,
ye-
magic sword, it'll shrink." It didn't.
Yeah, Alvina smashed the the amethyst sword into it, which managed to like parry it enough to get Point not to be incapacitated by being swung around. I think, right? I pinned
Yeah,
it
it's
and you
like
cured it, or something like that.
Yeah.
Which also nearly killed it, which I would have been really sad if I had killed it, because the siege attacker
Yeah, it's a cool guy.
nearly actually blew up the sword.
That's true. Were you also as one of the random encounters found Betty's garden?
Who's
Where
really
you
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Betty.
just narrowly avoid smashing a hag's home to pieces.
Yeah,
Fucking
A
big
very
hand cactus.
powerful hag at that.
yeah, Baba Yaga.
Randy basically being able to see it, going, "Oh, better
Shit.
not run into that."
Several party members turned into plants.
Cacti.
Randy almost also got another personality
Yep.
by seeing the ghost and basically not being bothered by it the slightest.
Yeah.
But we kept the ghost away that no one else could see.
Salt.
And for the final session, as we arrive at the last session that we ran before we took our break, that hilariously is the one I somehow remember the least about.
Same. I don't
I
remember
remember
what
that
we
one.
did.
Something about the mysteries of travel. I believe there was a vortex or something you were
Oh,
trying
the
to
mail!
avoid.
We went into a
Maelstrom!
psychic vortex and had to literally fight Drax's trauma.
Which
Yep.
Oh, yes.
which was hilarious because who was it? Gwent and Alvina were in one dimension. The Point and
Yeah.
Randy, I think, were in a second. And
No, Randy was still on the vessel.
oh
Kieran
yeah, Randy.
and-
So who was
Yeah,
it?
Randy
with
was me and
the one
Lou
piloting.
were in.
you and
I
Luke
was in-
and fuck you and
Zormir was
Zormir.
thrown into.
No, I think it was it the Point and Zormir?
One of the groups
No,
have
I
three.
reckon Zoe would have started killing.
We all started off.
It might have been me and Gwent.
No, it was me and Gwent. I remember it was me and Gwent because
Oh, no.
me and Gwent immediately went hard mode on the
It
enemy.
must be me and Lou then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were trying to talk to.
You
Yep.
two were
And
trying to
Lou.
talk him down.
I came to a peaceful solution.
It didn't work, unfortunately, because they
No.
were purely enemies. Alvina and Gwent went, like, fortressed up in one area as Alvina was smashing them to pieces, and Gwent had, like, auras of destruction up.
I kept hiding in between somebody's legs. Oh, I
Your
got one of my
Guardian.
guys out.
It was Guardian
Yeah,
Fabio.
just hid between his legs.
And fuck you and Zormir would have been. Were also killing immediately because they kept switching realities, so it looked like any time that fuck you did damage, it changed
Yeah.
to different realities, so it was getting really confusing. And Alvina was like,
yeah.
"It worked."
You shredded like half of one, and then Alvina got thrown into there. Like half that room
Yeah.
got shredded by you, and then Alvina got thrown in there, and you were thrown into.
The
I
one
think
that.
Lou's one.
Yeah, which
that
had not
hadn't
dealt
got
damage
touched.
yet, and you were like, "They're recovering," and Alvina's like, "It worked." Whatever dumb plan she and Gwent had, which had no right to do anything.
You know what's
Ac-
wild?
Activating
even
the inner
touched-
source.
What?
We haven't even touched on some of the smaller ones, like when Lou forced you into a death game accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with
Shadowrun.
Lou shot a shadow game.
That's just part of Gambit and the Millennium Puzzle. That just
Yeah.
comes with the territory.
I know. I just found it funny
That was light as
that was
dice.
somehow like such a small event in the history of
It
this
killed
campaign.
Point.
Oh yeah, it did kill me, yeah.
It killed the Point.
I got
And it
better,
was
but
like-
it killed me.
I was
Was
made.
it not like liar's dice or something
It
like
was
that? as
yeah,
well?
you played
Yeah.
freaking Perudo, and it killed
I
someone.
was forced to be a judge.
Alvina
Yes, I was-
wasn't involved. Alvina
I was
out.
I was gambling chore time,
Yeah.
and we got
Yep.
pulled into a death game.
Alvina was
Oh, did you
training
gamble your time?
Karzug, Abby, and Tarragon in combat drills while we were there. And you guys were in the canteen playing a game and got sucked into the Shadow Realm, and Alvina was like, "Where the fuck are they gone?"
It's true,
Yeah.
true.
Don't
And
Which
make
brings
anything.
us to the end of Act 13 as we come to the beginning of Act 14 as missiles are coming directly at you.
Oh yeah,
crap.
those.
At
We should probably worry
9
about
minutes to 9.
What would you like to do, party?
Warp out of the
Open
way!
fire!
Prepare catapults to deflect at least one missile.
Yes,
That
it
is
was
fair.
exactly
And
you.
as the party comes back to their senses, their whole adventure in this new universe, all the shenanigans, all the impact they've had here, flashes before their eyes. They snap back to reality,
Oh,
You're
there
No
goes
way.
getting
gravity.
gravity.
knowing
Oh,
with
well done,
absolute
well done.
confidence that it doesn't fucking matter what this universe throws at you.
It's
You
warping
you
time.
have faced far worse odds.
Yep.
It's just a couple missiles. Let's get going.
Yeah.
We're not
Freeze
outgunned.
frame.
We're in a target-rich environment.
Warp behind the
point-
missiles and destroy them.
Where the DM doesn't even think it would be interesting enough to take out some missiles, that you cutscene it and you arrive at the station.
I believe.
It's
Warp
just-
past them and then Alvina just chops them in half.
If it's stuff like that, if like
One
fireballs.
season ends on a cliffhanger, then it's a clip show, and then we just cut back to having solved the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. It's just meteor pieces, or like missile pieces around in general, and we're like, oh, that was fun. That was a good warm up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Really liked what you did with that missile, Gwen. Really good finesse there.
Yeah.
The DM wants to get
Army-
into the meat of this next arc because they've got something.
Stormir's
real
got
different
one of the
in mind.
missiles in here.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Stormir's got one of the missiles on the deck, dismantling
Taking
it. and
apart.
things.
So, as you approach the station, because we might as well set up for the next act.
Yep.
As you approach the station, what would you like to do? You can see there that the station itself seems to be inactive. Obviously, it's an astral station. There isn't like a balcony or windows or anything.
Yeah.
Well, there's windows, but
Little
there does look to be a open-mouthed hangar, but it is currently there's no currently force field or anything there. It just looks to be something you can fly into with doors on either side. Though it should also be noticed that it's an astral sea and you can't actually suffocate because it's not space.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
You'll
mean-
just mostly float around and be affected by energies.
Do we want to park in there? Do we want to park in a different spot? Do we need to kick a door in and we can park in there? What do you want? What are you guys feeling?
I mean,
Do we have a space anchor to park just outside? And take. Do we have lifeboats to take in?
We have Alvina can
Shuttles?
jump.
probably not.
Alvina's the lifeboat,
no.
remember?
Yeah. There are predominantly two. Oh, there's three options for you guys from what I can see. Either you can effectively just kind of try and scout out and scan the astral station from afar. Though I'm pretty
More
sure your
missiles.
ship is not designed for astral station scanning
I don't think we have any.
because it's
scanning.
never needed to be yet.
Yeah, we're not stealthy.
Our scanning option is we can look at it.
Yep.
Well, our
don't-
scanning option is Alvina can look at it.
And you notice that inside all the windows, it is black. There is no sign of light there. If you want to get really close, you could probably have a little bit of more of a look, but at that point, you're better off just going
Don't-
into the fucking ship, guys.
I don't think the tablet would be able to scan it either, because it's not.
It's not
Too
close.
big.
No,
I
to be fair,
think-
you do a quick scan, at least looking for like arcane sources, and know that there is no active power generators currently, or no. Trying to think how they feel. It probably wouldn't be Arcanite. It wouldn't
mean,
need to be Arcanite either. It doesn't really move. It was just there to rendezvous with stuff.
It
so...
could have some sort of bit of like weird tech they'd grabbed from somewhere. Like it potentially could be a bit of Elysium stuff that they actually found, like a little minor bit.
Maybe. I'm just trying to think of the purpose for it. For now, I'm going to say there's no Arcanite, because I want to do, if there is something unique there, they don't really need high tech for what I have planned.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's fine. It doesn't really need to, because like I said, it's not actually space, so it's a little bit less like requirements.
Yeah, it's just
I
something
am
to
still
power
pitching,
the
since this is a
lights.
hunting lodge, it is entirely wood panelled on the inside.
Probably.
Yeah, like that. Mostly just need power for like light and stuff and
Yeah.
comfort, which they can get from either like low end batteries or stuff. So
They've got a microwave.
there
Do
is
they need-
no large enough source for Arcanite to register at this distance. It is
Nope.
possible there might be small appliances with Arcanite in them, but there is no like massive generator engine or anything.
Cool.
So you do know that. The other two options were either you could fly into the docking bay and get off the ship, and presumably with it inactive, there'd probably actually be like a gravity. No, because even gravity is determined by like your belief in gravity in the astral sea, which is funny. So I think that's actually natural. Because the astral sea allows you to move by thought, so you can also apply a downward force to yourself if you believe there ought to be.
Yeah. I believe it very like there'd be some anchor points probably in there that stops your ship like floating away. Probably.
Well, not so long as the ship feels like it's properly docked.
Yeah.
Because then it imprints of the ship believes ethereally that it's docked and therefore should be anchored.
Yeah.
So hilariously, in the astral sea, you don't need artificial gravity. You just need the belief in gravity.
Randy's there.
Interesting.
Otherwise, oops, there goes gravity.
Yeah.
Yay.
So hilariously, if you make like a large enough, so I think it would be intelligence from the astral sea movement, you can just fly. But it's just such a foreign thought to most people that they don't.
It's tragic that it's intelligence for Alvina.
Well, yeah, because
She just
not
believes.
flying doesn't make sense.
She just believes she can. She's too dumb not to believe she can do things.
No, that's the point of like you don't understand how the astral sea is different to the prime realm, so you're just like, no, of course there's gravity. That's how ground works.
Yeah.
So of course so you believe so strongly there should be gravity that of course there is.
I've just realised something
It's all
quite
rules.
funny. I've realised something quite funny. I think Alvina's starting to not believe in gravity anymore.
Given Alvina's jumpy, yeah.
No, she can fly now.
Fair, that's fair.
Oh yeah, that was it. I was working on the immovable boots.
I have an idea for that, by the way.
And or the third option is you can literally pick a point at random and break your way in from the outside.
That's what
Which
we
of
did.
these three would you like to do?
That's what we did with the fire ship.
With the
The one led by the
shooting
butcher.
star?
The one with the butcher. Yeah, the shooting star. Where we just fired Alvina through the wall.
Yeah, but to be fair, that one also didn't have an entrance. This one literally just has, here's a docking bay, come land in it, use this door.
But that's what they want us to think.
Yeah, fair. Like I said, you as far as you're aware, and as far as Kit has informed you of, because Kit even only got a message from this. They weren't actually there. That the ship has been taken over by a very large. Was he only King Gold or was purple?
He was
He's
gold.
purple, but he was coated
He wears
in
a lot
gold.
of gold, yeah.
He was coated in a
Because
lot of gold, but
he is
was
a
purple.
hybrid of the blues and the reds.
Yeah.
So he's a very rare purple Oni.
He's a
Just
true
a large purple Oni that has like several black eyes and bruises. Just kind of wrecking the place. As well as reports of strange manifestations inside the station before the lost contact with the station. Last they heard, people had begun like immediately evacuating, but some people are going to stay behind to try and fight whatever this was because it sounded fun.
Yeah.
But those people have not been heard from since.
I have the thought that if it's truly is taken over, because we know the Oni King is smart, right?
Yeah.
I think that putting in the docking bay is a bad idea,
Yeah.
but I think if we could park outside it and anchor ourselves to it, so it's just
Yeah, and then
outside the
go
docking
in.
bay, and then go in.
You can-
Just I'll fly everybody in, basically.
Yeah, going via the docking bay, but going stealthily via the docking bay.
Yeah, instead of actually parking the ship in the docking bay, parking the ship immediately outside the docking bay, which is weirdly stealthier.
So you want Randy to cast? Oh no,
We're
that's
having-
not gonna work.
No, we're having. It won't take. It will take too long as well. We'll have. I think we want Zorbir on this one, even though it's not very stealthy.
I was more saying, I was thinking of casting it, pass without a trace on you, but Randy would still have to be within 30 feet of you.
Exactly. That's why it's not worth it, because I think we want Randy on the ship. We'll leave Randy and Lou on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
They can join us as the rescue party later.
Exactly.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
did such a great job last time.
Randy's.
They even got resources out of it.
Exactly.
They seem to be really efficient when you guys aren't there. Actually, maybe you should be away more often.
Now we're bringing Zomir this time, meaning we're gonna get a way more efficient way of going.
That's fair. That's fair.
uh,
And then you're going to find like a large enough entrance that you can like break a window in or something. like a canteen window.
Honestly, that's actually probably a good idea. Yeah.
I was just gonna scout out the docking bay, but
I can probably rip a hole
it's
in the
more
wall.
stealthy to go in by yourself than with a ship.
Yeah. I mean, Alvina can literally rip a hole in a wall.
Yeah, I think Alvina's just concerned that maybe there's like booby traps set up if they've taken over the place.
Yeah, that's generally what I'm thinking.
So, and they won't have booby traps at like because the station's quite large, like every window and stuff. So your chances are better there. Well, if everyone is happy to go with the let's go break in a window randomly somewhere else.
Mhm.
The only thing that I need before I describe the final scene and then we stop for the night is which of the 2 NPCs would you like to bring with you so I can actually think about how their stories interact with this goddamn arc, because it's a personal objective for me to actually have fully fleshed out story arcs for these goddamn NPCs.
My
And I'm gonna
thought.
try. I'll probably fail, but I'll try.
Our
For this-
options:
for-
Lucas
Isn't-
or Jones.
No, he has to
Isn't-
come in. He has to come in with us. Does he count as one of the NPC choices?
Oh
yeah,
Because
okay.
he's coming to observe.
Yeah, he's not like one of the party members, so I'm less bothered about him not having a story arc because he has a purpose.
So he's coming along, but he doesn't count as one of our NPCs, basically.
Yeah. So Kit is just a free person there. They're not going to do much. They're actually deliberately going to try to not do much unless like it's needed because they want to see how you handle this.
Yeah, which is fair. So I think that
Jones?
Abby and Jones probably, because this is still technically the main group's, like the rebellion's base, right? It's still a rebellion base. So it's a good idea to bring
Well,
them.
technically, the Wrecking Forge Society isn't like they have a position in the rebellion, or like in Bastion, but they aren't affiliated with the rebellion.
Ah, okay.
Well, then surely she'd want to go more, so she could actually get some,
Yeah,
just a looky-loo inside.
and good ties as well. It's a good like
To be fair,
show
you
of
don't
help.
need like a justification for it. If the party wants to bring Abigail, you can.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
think that'd be
describe-
super useful. I'm just giving a justification as well.
I think
I think that Jones and Abby are good choices because Jones is gonna be very handy in here. I've got a feeling. With
Oh, yeah,
tech.
Jones is good with tech, so yeah.
He's good with tech.
and
Yeah,
also
we do need somebody who's better with Zormir than Tech. Yeah.
I'm right here.
True.
Oh,
They're not wrong though.
But
Even if it's just on dice
hey.
rolls more than anything else, but
Yeah.
still.
being third in the list is not bad, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
I don't
okay, Zorba.
think we need Lucas in here. I think we have Lucas for later stuff.
yeah.
Also,
Lucas
probably
will
not
be
hand.
one way.
But also, Lucas can teleport in. So if we need a rescue party later, right, have the guy that can teleport.
Yeah.
On the rescue party.
Remember, he can. He's very limited range on that though. I think it's
Even
like
still,
60 feet. Like,
it means he can
see.
get them into the base, right, through our breach. So,
Or through a window.
or through a window. We're not bringing the baby dragons yet. I'm happy. to
Leave
have them.
Lucas to his soggy bread.
The Golem are more of a
Karzak and
defense.
Tarragon. This could be a massive trap, so I don't really want to bring Tarragon in for it.
Yeah, no. Carl's like Tarragon, leave behind.
And the golems are defending the vessel. More
Exactly, yeah. And we're leaving Randy on here as the getaway pilot, if nothing else, because we might need to make a hard exit.
Than,
Yep.
and also as one of the people who can
Ah,
actually keep his eyes out even when he's resting.
And we're leaving Glue here for reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Lou wants to come in late, if Lou wants to come in later, yes, but the arc might be over.
So-
So
I was teaching Glue some artificery. He accidentally kind of just disabled his whole arm, leaving him behind to fix it.
even
Oh,
behind
probably
fix,
like he
and to
welded
be
himself to the floor.
a good security as well.
And
Yeah.
Lou's also got his hey, here's a door, in you come.
Exactly.
Back for this way.
Another handy person to have. And we're leaving Angel
sure.
on the ship because Point still hasn't figured out how to tame Angel yet.
Is it? I would have been taming Angel on the whole way here. I just haven't had a chance to roll for it.
She hasn't listened to you yet.
That is true.
And I don't know what arc we're gonna have this one on.
Blob, I
Yeah.
think will be more useful for the Elysium-y stuff again.
Yeah, if we go to an Elysian place, bring Blob. But
Blob and
Who knows? I also need to give them a little bit stronger kind of ability sets or themes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There, just make them a bit more useful.
impactful. But yeah, I think that's a good bet for. We're going in with I've forgotten his name.
Jones.
Kit
Jones.
Jones,
I was thinking
yeah.
Johnny for some
Yeah,
reason.
Jones, Kits.
Jones and well, no, we're going. No, Kit's a freebie. We're going with
Oh
Jones
yeah,
and
so
Abby.
Kit's going with us, but it's a freebie.
Yeah, with Jones and
Yeah,
Abby.
they're gonna deliberately because they won't have support actions unless you all go down.
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll try and DS them back now. But at that point, they're probably just gonna run away and let you die.
Mhm.
Like only if it's like
They
there's
lick
no
my
chance of
hammer
saving
and
you.
run.
Otherwise, they'll try.
They lit my hammer and run.
Yeah. But as you find a large enough window that you would feel easy kind of pushing through all your weapons and backpacks and everything.
I could just rip it with Siegebreaker gauntlets. So.
Yeah, but you don't want to make too much noise, and it might reverberate throughout the astral station. So you
I do have Pass Wall. Like that's a spell that I've got.
does that work on metal?
I thought it only works in stone, doesn't it, Password?
Actually,
Yeah,
Have a
this is a
look.
metal station.
yeah, I forgot that it might have limitations.
It does have
You
limitations.
need pass metal.
There is a metal one. There is a metal version, but it is.
Interesting.
I can do wood, plaster, or stone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a metal
either
version.
way,
It's like,
you're getting
like
into the
shape steel.
station. I have no question that you have the ability
Yeah.
to get into the station through some method.
Yeah.
So let me describe what you see, and then we'll can end there. 'Cause I want to give you a little hint of what's to come. As you get into what appears to be a large canteen, you can see that there's several tables and chairs dotted around a large bar with several shelves of what look to be a couple bottles of still intact alcohol, but also several already partially destroyed bottles. The place has a cold air to it. As you get into the station, each of you can feel a shiver down your back. And yet, as you analyze it, there's no feeling of coldness on your skin. It's almost like the sensation comes from within, it comes from your very mind. And as you're looking around, you do start to notice a little glimmer of substance dotted throughout the room. Where it looks like maybe combat has gone on, a couple chairs have been thrown over, and you actually spot what looks to be some dried blood on the flooring. And as you look at the Arcanite, the Point and Zormir, you both recognize something both simultaneously familiar, but also for the both of you unfamiliar. For the transparent crystal shards you see on the floor has the same sparkle as Arcanite,
Okay.
but it doesn't look or you don't recognize it as Arcanite. The closest approximation would be Fool's Arcanite, given it is transparent, but it has a stronger sheen to it. It is a type of Arcanite that neither of you have encountered in your life yet.
Okay.
And the fracturing off it seems almost organic in a way.
Ooh.
As those with a high passive perception above 15, you hear something echoing around the metallic interior. Well, the lovely dark wooded interior.
Yes.
Fuck it, that sounds hilarious.
It does.
I'm still gonna make the floors metal for the sake of it's just more convenient to clean.
Clunk, yeah.
They'll have rugs and stuff in the actual lounging room.
It's metal, but it's painted to look like wood.
Oh, okay, I'll go with that. That's fair.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of crystal little leggies, effectively, crawling deeper into the station.
Ooh.
As a crystal, as if for those who recognize the sound of spider legs, but as if they came from a crystalline body.
The Fool's Arcanite spiders.
Now my brain
that
immediately went to Crystal Lizard from Dark
It's
Souls.
where we're going to end for tonight.
Ooh, excited.
Zormir doesn't know about this, but if this
Alvina
is the
does.
same
Alvina
As we explore what happens to the Arachnid Guardians when their masters have abandoned them.
Oh.
Fun.
But yes, thank you all for watching. That was our special recap of the last 110 episodes. Well, I guess 109.
109. This was episode 110.
Yay.
of 109 episodes of the Shattered Altsphere. We've done many shenanigans,
Yes, we have.
and I look forward to many
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Thank you all, and good night.
See ya!
Bye.
Bye.
Wait.
I don't mind.
Cool. That was awesome. It was good recapping on all the
Yeah.
random shit we've been doing. Genuinely, it
So
is
much.
an absolute delight.
Yeah, a
Um,
month off and a recap was probably a good
it genuinely
idea.
a good
Yeah.
bet. It was very fun, honestly. And honestly, now we get the full time to dedicate again because we are not taking any more breaks, as far as I know, for a very long time. So
Oh.
probably until like
And-
December, I imagine, right? Because there's likely to be a couple of breaks in December.
Oh, yeah,
Is
probably.
this the point where I mentioned I'm on holiday until January?
The
Okay.
the
How are
entire.
you going on holiday?
You
Honestly,
are
how are you
not-
funding this holiday? That's quite
So,
impressive.
my holiday was to Edinburgh over August.
But yeah, this was an absolute blast. But yeah, thank you, Chris, for GMing. Thank you all for playing as well. This was an absolute hilarious time. I'm looking forward to more stuff going on. We are continuing on next week. I'll be back on Monday, doing the Ghost type, I believe, Pokemon TLS next, which should be fun. I'm still on that.
Fair enough.
And then we'll be doing stuff. And then Friday again, more Alterra. I'm super excited. I've been missing this game. I really have.
I want to do something a little more spooky as we get into October.
Yeah, looking forward to
Wow.
it. But yes. Also remember, everybody, it is currently September, so subscriptions are a little bit of money off. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you, David Uther, for giving me a subscription earlier on in the stream. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah. Should be a grand old time, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the show. Have a fantastic evening and a wonderful weekend, every single one of you. Keep playing the games, keep on guys. All the best on Twitch. Enjoy yourself, guys. Have a lovely time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait.